Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. It's a Feel Good Friday, and we got WWE SmackDown on tap for you tonight. Lots to talk about, lots to get into on the road to Survivor Series. It's going to be a fun one. Plus, we got a little bit of Rampage tonight, so make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We're live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are the channel that just brings you more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Happy to be back with everybody on a Friday. Hope everyone out there is happy, healthy, and safe. You put another week in the books. The weekend is upon us. We got SmackDown. We got Rampage on the eve of Full Gear. And before we get to Bloodsport, lots going on here at the channel. We see that chat filling up already. Remember, the drive for 6K is still alive as we are that close, just a handful of people away. So be a friend, tell a friend, share our link anywhere and everywhere you can share this link. Let everyone know about the Wrestling for Life Network, because once we get to 6K, we ain't stopping. We're heading towards 10 and beyond. So be a part of all the fun, be a part of the family, and we thank all of you for being here tonight. I will take a second, though, to remind you, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and my guy, what's going to happen tonight after the tribal chief Roman Reigns could not reach the wise man?
I mean, that's one of the cliffhangers we got left with last week. I mean, it's been an interesting week, even up until today, not knowing a whole lot of what's going on SmackDown. A couple things get added late in the afternoon, but overall, what will happen with the tribal chief? Why is Paul Heyman unreachable? Where is Paul Heyman? What has happened? What is he done with wrestling? Is he done with the tribal chief? Has he gone a different way? Is he at someone else's side? We don't know. Hopefully we'll get some answers tonight, as it's going to be very interesting with a lot going on here. So we are getting closer and closer to Survivor Series. We expect some answers as we head towards that pay-per-view.
Yeah, and especially with this is, they're doing the double taping tonight and everything like that. So the wrestlers can spend more time with their family for Thanksgiving and all of that. So next week, no spoilers. Next week, no spoilers, no spoilers. But that has me thinking that they might do some of the bigger stuff leading into Survivor Series tonight to avoid it sitting there and being spoiled and everything, because we still don't know who Team OG's fifth man is. Some people have thought it could be Punk showing up with Heyman. Some people have thrown out Brock Lesnar still. Yeah. I think we all but think it's going to be the Shield line with Seth Rollins getting involved. Yeah,
I feel like the tea leaves in the storytelling is pushing us towards Seth. The only caveat would be if something happens to Seth. Like Seth shows up tonight and the Bloodline 2.0 take him out, and now they don't have that fifth. But if Bronson's going to be in this match, it only makes sense that it's Seth. Punk doesn't really have... Paul Heyman is the only connective tissue to any of it outside of... Like, Seth is got a history with Sammy. Seth has a history with Roman. Seth has a history with the Bloodline and what happened at WrestleMania. So there's a history there, plus Bronson and Seth, which I thought should be a singles match. If Bronson's going to join, which is great, then Seth is going to join. To me, that's where we're going.
Well, yeah, and especially when we had it on Monday Night Raw and the Bloodline 2.0 Solo and the gang get out there and get involved and kind of, disrupt the match and everything, and I believe cost Seth the match. And even in the name that everybody's kind of given it, if Seth's involved in it, the Shield line just says it right there. There's connective tissue all the way back to Roman and the Shield with Seth and everything. And there's still that whole story. Like, think about it. WrestleMania 40 pretty much damn near ends with Seth still hitting Roman in the back with a chair again.
Well, I mean, how many people said that? Seth ended up being the MVP of WrestleMania because,
Mhm.
he was hurt. He wasn't 100%, got through his situation, still showed up for the Cody situation. Yeah, I mean, again, I'd be really surprised. There'd have to be some type of angle where, Seth feels like Seth is going to join and he gets taken out. Now they're desperate and Paul Heyman has the answer and it's Brock I don't think it's going to be Brock in any
No, it
shape,
won't be Brock.
but
It won't be Brock.
or it's Punk. But again, I don't know that adding Punk to this situation is where we need him to be or where it makes sense. So I don't know. Time will tell.
Right. And halfway pivot to another guy who people initially kind of thought could have been the fifth member. We've got Cody Rhodes going face to face with Kevin Owens, your doppelganger, your alternative, your parallel universe, KJ White. What do you think is going to happen with that? Are we going to see a brawl? Do we see a match added between those two for Survivor Series?
I'm actually a little surprised. Now, the rumor is they've been trying to save this match for um, um, Saturday
Rumble?
event.
Oh, Saturday Night Main Event. Sorry.
So if they're doing that, if they're holding these two guys off for Saturday Night Main Event, it'll be very interesting what they do here. We've already seen Randy taken out. At what point does Randy circle back and get into this? I like it. I really like what KO's been doing. I love that he's been gaslighting everybody. We'll see. I need Cody in this one to get fired up. I don't come out and cut another clean cut. Get fired up. Get a little, piss and vinegar. Get a little emotion in your delivery with this. So you can't just come out and be very clean. You got to be a little scrambled and a little, visceral.
You got to show that adrenaline in your soul, especially because
Yeah.
Kevin can sit there and cut a promo into a phone in his car, and it's one of the best promos on the show and everything. So he's a guy that's that's what makes Kevin Owens work is you feel him. He feels authentic. He feels genuine, real in everything that he says. Cody has that issue of not always coming off very politician-y, but very polished.
Very produced. Yeah,
right.
polished.
So if he peels that back a little bit and makes this feel more like a blood feud versus Kevin's the one going at Cody, I think it'll do wonders for this feud.
Well, yeah, because you run that risk, and I think a little bit with Gunther happened where the heel has a lot of bullets to shoot off, and Cody's just kind of like just chuckles, like, "Oh, you." And I mean, to me, there has to be more of like, "How dare you insult me?" No matter how polished you are, it's kind of like we talked about last night. You can be your character, you can be true to who you are, but everybody has a breaking point. Everybody has a temper of some level. So, yeah, you need it. You need it.
Yeah, you don't. Gone are the days of the pure cut, clean, absolute baby faces that never break or anything like that. Even John Cena, we've seen that now, of still has that line, still has some of that venom that'll come out every now and then. And you need that edge to you. Whether you be babyface, whether you be heel, you need to still have that human element.
Right. So, again, I see the chat filling up. Remember, folks, we are here tomorrow for Full Gear. We're here on Sunday for Bloodsport. Busy weekend, 6:30 for Full Gear, 6:45 for Bloodsport. Busy weekend here on the channel. Then through all your favorite shows next week and Survivor Series next weekend, live from beautiful Vancouver, Canada. It's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to it. But lots going on here. Make sure you get in that chat. Click all the buttons. And again, be a part of the family. We are grinding towards 6K, and we're almost there. We just need a handful of people to jump aboard. So be a friend, tell a friend. But yeah, this one was interesting as far as the card tonight goes, Nick, though, because really all that was announced was the fact that Cody and KO were going to have a face-to-face and that the U.S. women's title tournament would continue as far as Chelsea, Bianca, and somebody we haven't seen very much of in Blair Davenport. So
yeah, I was just gonna say it's surprising that she got thrown in this because when's the last time we saw her on TV? So this feels, unfortunately, might be a little bit of, hey, you get a nice little halfway showcase, but you're eating a pinfall here. This one, it's between Bianca and Chelsea for me. We've already had Bailey qualify. Where could they go here? Do they stud this out a little bit, but Chelsea's become a fan favorite?
I kind of want it to be Chelsea. I really do. There's a lot of good reasons to have it to be Chelsea, and I think Chelsea going after it. There's a way that Belair can lose this. She's been mixed up in a bunch of other things, so there is a way for her to take an L here, and not even be involved in the pin. We saw B-Fab be used last week, who again was just basically there to do the job. Yeah, I mean, I like Blair a lot, so maybe this is the beginning of something else that surprises us. But yeah, my money's on Chelsea Green.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Actually, while you were saying that, I thought it all out because, yeah, if Bianca's going into the women's War Games match, I'm sure that they'll probably have somebody from the opposing team, the opposing side, whether it be Tiffany, Nia, Candice, what have you, or anything like that. I don't get involved and interfere, and that could potentially cost, Bianca the match and get Chelsea the win. And I know B-Fab, you mentioned B-Fab was in there just to take the pin, but she did actually kind of seem impressive a little bit, or like she's trying. The intro was great, and I've seen a lot of reports now that she's really passionately backstage trying to like train with like Natty and Tyson Kidd and everything like that. She's trying to get better at it. Blair Davenport, we haven't seen her a lot on TV, but this is her in a prominent spot a little bit. Yep. So we know that they're for the JOB, but at least they're getting a little bit of a shine off of everything.
Right. Now, as far as I know, this match was added this afternoon as Andrade's going to take
Escobar.
Oh, it's Escobar. Why?
It's Escobar, not Andrade.
Because I thought earlier today, why Andrade again? It is Escobar. So we'll skip over that graphic and I'll fix that.
Does anyone we hide in the chat and everything, as we do have a little under 20 minutes and everything before SmackDown kicks off, but I don't think anyone really would take Escobar to win that match versus LA Knight as it is.
No, but I don't mind Escobar getting a shot at it, and maybe there's some type of, I mean, if they had a little bit of a back and forth, Escobar's been good. Escobar was good in NXT. He's had his moments on the main roster. Again, it kind of feels like he fits in the U.S. title picture, even if this trails off into something with like an Andrade or a Carmelo. It could be something.
Well, yeah, and you had Andrade on the graphic and everything like that, which is no fault to the extent of we kind of miss him. We miss him in Carmelo. They just had their whole 7-match feud. They had the challenge for the title, and then they've kind of just dissipated. Like, I do like the idea of having an active, fluid U.S. title division featured a bit more on SmackDown. So, I want to see more Andrades. I want to see more Carmelos. I like that Escobar's at least going at it. We had him versus Christ, why am I gonna Berto? It's no longer Umberto, it's just Berto. Where he took on LA Knight last week for the US title and everything, pretty much so Escobar could get a shot. So I like that they are building the division. I just wish I could see more of the players around LA. I want to see the more depth to it.
Yeah. And I mean, again, the only way you can do that is by putting them in the ring. So we'll see. If nothing else, we should have a good match. The interesting part for me is LA, I'm a big fan of LA Knight. But I mean, to me, it was kind of funny if Andrade was the US champion or Carmelo was the US champion, would we be getting better matches for the US title?
Ooh, would it be the same players?
Similar players for sure.
Well, who would you swap that wouldn't be, like, even if Andrade held the title right now, his main challengers would be Escobar, would be Carmelo, would be LA Knight. That's that division.
Yeah, but would Andrade Escobar be a better, like a more entertaining match than LA Escobar?
Well, we haven't seen that match, and that's, I think, though you don't need the title to have that match. Like, you could say that the Carmelo Andrade matches were better than any one match that those two had with LA Knight. That's not saying LA Knight's a bad worker. I think it's just the different styles a little bit. That LA Knight run. Go ahead.
All I was going to add was, I feel like we need a couple people, kind of more of that, less of that high flying lucha style pace wrestling. Like, he doesn't really have it. Like, we're not getting challengers for the US title that actually that overly scare me. That, like, the triple threat, I thought maybe he could lose, but he should beat Escobar tonight. Like, I need like a somebody to come in that physically kind of matches him.
Well, is it that they physically need to match him, or that they get built up to where it feels like it could come off with that? Because for a while, Andrade's a guy that stature-wise and everything
Big dude.
Challenges LA Knight, but he wrestles a bit of a different style. Like LA Knight, all I was about to say before was LA Knight seems to wrestle like a main eventer type style. Of he does the big power moves, the big spots, the moments to where you get pause to get the crowd involved. It's not a work rate style. Like Ricochet before he left would have been great in the US title division now and everything. Like that's why we had Nakamura show up and everything. Like that does he show up tonight and everything, because that's again more that work rate style that you could do. I think the IC belt has become the powerhouse division a little bit with Braun Breaker as their champion and everything coming off of Jey Uso. Very much like how the USL used to be, and now the US title's the work rate belt.
Yeah, and you know what? You completely reminded me. Nakamura is back, seems to have a target. That's what I like. Like I think that fits very well. So I don't know. I think Nakamura is going to have be a factor here tonight.
Oh, a little bit, 100%. At least his Sith Overlord, I'm sure, will be, as he's out there looking like Darth Vader.
But let's say hello to the chat. It's about 13 minutes away from the start of the show. Get in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. We want all opinions. Just keep your gloves above the waist. We got no problem with them. But what do you like? What don't you like? What are you looking forward to? Are you excited for Full Gear? Are you excited for Bloodsport? Are you excited for Survivor Series? What are you excited about? You better be excited.
Are you excited for SmackDown tonight? Are you just excited to see us?
Right. Let's go. Scott, first one in the chat tonight. Welcome back, Scott. Good to see you. See Money. Looking forward to Mina Shirakawa and Mariah May versus Harley Cameron. And they are having a celebration on the pay-per-view. Again, we're doing a TV segment on the pay-per-view. I don't quite get it. They did add Ricochet and Takeshita to the card. We didn't have it as part of our preview. We asked why, and Tony said, "You ask and ye shall receive." So
right, I think it's proof positive that not only we say, that everybody listens to, that even the wrestlers listen to, now it's even the company owners listen to, because we were talking about it, and right when we get off talking about it is when ta-da, ask, like you said, ask and ye shall receive, a little bit of, to add a match like that in the middle, in between shows. You couldn't add that on the Rampage. You had to sit there and do it on a Twitter release, all of that. But yeah,
it's really weird that somewhere in the 2 hours of Dynamite this week, you couldn't make a bigger deal about Ricochet Takeshita going to fight for that title, which arguably might be a front runner for match of the night. But hey, I don't call the shots.
Right. But I do think we're also having a TV segment, the celebration moment on the pay-per-view, because we're going to get Tony Storm.
Yeah, but you do it on the weekly show. That is just struggling. They did that last pay-per-view with the Swerve Strickland segment, and it went nowhere, and everybody was disappointed, and he killed your crowd.
It took the energy out of the room.
Yeah, those segments are for fucking weekly shows, man. Your weekly show sucks. Fill it with good stuff. Mean Tonga, welcome back. Tonight's going to be the final night of Roman's Reigns. No, I don't think so. And
Sweet Tony Rings, Anthony? No, he was last night.
Damien, how you doing? 2 matches announced for tonight's SmackDown. LA Knight versus Santos, which we just talked about. Bailey Naomi taking on Candice and Tiffany, kind of playing back into that saga. That's going to be a schmoz, I think.
That's just a dusty finish per se, to set up probably something even for next week, or especially leading into again the women's Survivor Series, the women's War Games match that needs all the rushed build in the world, because it hasn't had a lot to go into it.
Yeah, then they're not, again, we kind of status quo with that one. Lost Rampage before Full Gear. Quidarius, welcome back. And yeah, I mean, again, Rampage tonight. I don't know if they'll have any implications on Full Gear. We doubt it.
We're getting away, and we got to see how many chocolate chunk, double chunk cookies AJ's been eating out there and everything like that.
They booed him.
Well, they were just saying boom. They weren't saying boo. You just didn't hear the M. They were saying boom.
Right. Denisha, welcome back. Good to see you. See Money, we got you. We're almost ready. KJ Bacon is almost here to hit 6K subscribers. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Yes, do what Denisha says. And again, we're just a handful of people away from 6K. We are grinding towards 10K. We want all the Ks. Let's go.
Yeah, you need to do it. I was almost gonna just go with this. Please just do whatever Denisha says. She won't let us leave unless you do what she says. Oh, I love
That's it.
Denisha.
We're gonna start doing fucking marathon streams and not leave until we hit our mark.
Oh God, no! Don't you put that
They
evil
won't
out
let
there,
me
Ricky
stop.
Bobby.
Damien, TK just added Takeshita versus Ricochet tomorrow night at Full Gear, and Perazo and Anna J 0 hour. Ouch. Okay.
So we're two now. I didn't hear the Deonna Purrazzo and J Will, but so see, we're two. I said we're gonna get like 4
That's
between.
11.
You're right, but I said we were gonna get 4. I said last night we're gonna get 4 more before we get to Full Gear, and we're halfway there, my guy.
Halfway there.
Yeah. Whoa, snorting on a prayer. What?
Yeah, fucking sleeping on a prayer.
Yeah.
George, welcome back. Evening all. Here's the scenario. Insane KO is mentally open for recruiting by Solo and Co. Yeah, checkmate and Sammy with I don't listen. It's an interesting theory. Cody and KO are their own world. They're not messing with this at all. They're staying away from it, Nick.
Yeah, I saw that theory kicking about when people thought Cody was going to be the 5th member for Team OG, and I'm glad that they need to be in their own world. Cody's been wrapped up too much in the bloodline stuff for a while. We need to dissipate from that because, respectfully, he's not the biggest star in that story if he's tied into it.
Well, and again, you did your part as you helped Roman when Roman had nobody else, and you wrote that very well. Now it's time to move on, and that's where Cody needs his own storylines, his own angles. This is family business plus, a friend.
Right, and I won't click on it, but I see you, Sean. Whoa, talking about the NWA. I can't click on it, but yeah, 100%.
What's up, Christian? How you doing? This one's more for you, I guess, as AL MVP.
Everyone, before we begin the chat, want to give a shout out to Nick again because your boy Aaron Judge. So I guess I just helped train him. I'm his father now. I helped, from a young lad, I took him out to the baseball park. We played T-ball. Yes,
he's
Aaron Judge is
bro. You're showing up here hitting home runs every night. He's just doing the same.
Yeah. I'm a Bronx bomber, my guy. But Aaron Judge is the AL MVP winner of 2024. Yes, 100%. Yes, go Yankees, go Buffalo. I can't be mad on Sunday because there's not the Bills game. They're on a bye week, so I can't be mad.
A weekend they cannot lose and disappoint you.
Exactly. We just beat Kansas City. Shut the fuck up.
AD and AZ. Looks like we're getting our fill of DIY. Lucky us. I'm not sure why you think that. I haven't heard much, but
I haven't heard anything.
DIY showing, well, at least Ciampa's showing a new attitude. So I know we've been critical of DIY, but if they lean into where they're heading, where we think they're going, at least Ciampa, then I got no issue. Go all the way with Ciampa.
Do you think they split or he can pull Johnny into this? And that's what I really, if you're going to make him do it, just do it and pivot because they're still a good tag team. They're still great. You still know what's there. You've just presented them in a pile of shit.
I feel if he doesn't pull Johnny with him, Johnny's dead in the water. If Johnny stays babyface and they go singles, you're going to lose him because I know Ciampa can go heel. He can go back into Psycho Killer and cut wicked promos and fuck with some really good superstars. Like if Ciampa was chasing LA Knight right now and cutting some of those NXT promos, money. But Johnny, I think you lose him if you don't bring him along.
Yeah, you can't. Can you not recreate the Ciampa Gargano story again on SmackDown now? I think that ship sailed because would be Johnny's only saving grace, I think, right now. Is that you could get him that invested into it, but that's gone. That's been used.
They need a solid run together, and they haven't had a solid enough run. I don't think them breaking up is going to get the reaction you're hoping for. You're going to get more of people rejoicing of, yeah, they're done. Fuck them. Opposed to, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. If they go on a heel run together and then there's issues, you might have a better chance of running that back.
Right.
But nobody cares enough right now. MDB, the Friday Night Knee Pads in the house.
Well, you clicked on it, but we didn't read his name because we were just talking and everything. The Kraken. Release the Kraken.
Cracking that ass. Let's go.
You.
Paul, where are
you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep. I cannot dream tonight.
Right. I hurt my throat trying to fucking get to that note. I can't do it. Stop,
Right.
stop it. That's funny, MDB. Randy Sam, you want to be Maven? Hello, Tate. What's up? Yo, Eco. Jason, NBC Universal Family, where does SmackDown go after 2025? God, probably to a streaming service.
Wait, what now, Jason? With Comcast dropping USA Network from NBC Universal Family, I have not heard a lick of this.
Yeah, but does that mean anything bad happens to you? Like if USA continues, SmackDown will be fine. But if there's any issues, do we not feel like the future is all streaming?
Well, I'm just, like I said, I don't know if the future is all streaming, because trust me, we still need to figure out buffering before we go all streaming. We still haven't mastered that shit at all. Maybe that's why the network's going down, so they can use the servers and lend them into Netflix, so they can have a couple extra.
They'll be
I'm trying to figure out if that was like Comcast, the cable provider, dropping USA or something like that, or if that was like, I don't know enough from what I read in that comment to fully, I guess, comment too much on the story. I haven't heard anything like that. The most I'd heard networky, newsy, television broadcast wise was like I talked about of the networks over come 2025.
So, and we're gonna rapid fire through some of these as we're about 2 minutes away. But Dale, the OG, just reading, yes. So no more WWE Network. Things will be shifting to Netflix. Netflix is going to have a library of all the. This is crazy big news for the WWE as far as having people that have never seen old episodes of Raw are going to be able to see it.
Right.
AD and AZ, we got you. Robert Devine, how you doing? We'll come back to that, and we touched on it already. Clay Lewis is with us. MDB, Randy Sam, we got you. Jake, the original tribal chief. Eric Isaac, SmackDown Night, and Anna Deanna added to 0 Hour. I feel like Anna and Deanna deserve better, but I hope they have a really good match. I hope that match is better than the Mercedes match.
Right.
Just so I can laugh. Alexis. Sean Ellis. Aloha, KJ, Big Nick. Do you guys know Hikuleo was supposed to? Nobody knows. The mystery of the mystery Samoans.
Right. Why can't I have all the Samoans? Well, they're still going to add more with Journey and everything like that, allegedly.
Good to see you, Rocco. We touched on that. Capone back with us. John C's with us. Tony's with us. I know there's somewhere down here one I'm not supposed to click on. Safin, I think we said hello. Bonkers, welcome back. Dun, dun, dun. Jason Michaels, watch out for Nakamura. You got to watch out. Gordon Dye, how are you doing? The chat just keeps growing, folks. I love it. Sean, got you. I predict the AEW will continue to suck. That's blunt and to the point. ABJ, how you doing? Could be his last night as champion, folks. Our prediction title will be on the line twice this weekend. Our current champion, ABJ, will put his title on the line as we take your predictions tomorrow night during Full Gear.
Right. I still don't know if there's ever been a retaining that's gone into the weekend as champion,
no retention,
and left the weekend as champion.
Right. This is a retention-free zone.
Whoa.
But no retentions. We've had a few multiple champions, ABJ, one of them. But yeah, right. No retentions. It's a hard thing to do, apparently.
Fair enough.
316 back with us. Good to see Kevin's with us. I don't know if you see any there, big guy.
I got Sean Reed, I got Scott Rizzo, I got Ringsider Anthony in here. I got Anthony. I got Anonymous for Anonymous. What are your thoughts on the Netflix effect on WWE?
I think it's gonna be great. I mean, I don't see the negatives, and I know people like my guy next to me keeps worrying about the buffering. I've seen several live shows
blow back on Netflix. That's not going to blow back on WWE though.
Yeah, like this is nothing but good. I mean, it's 80 countries around the world. It's a larger audience. There will be a metric to measure it, similar to the Nelson metric that we get.
I'm stopping it now.
Oh, you got now?
Yes.
All right.
As we hit the 8 o'clock hour, folks. So 100% again. We apologize if we missed your comment. We love you.
We will get there.
You 100%. We'll still probably find you a comment again. We'll get you on the second go around. And we do have the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships, all the fun buttons. We should probably finish the word. Okay.
Oh, wait, now. Hiccup.
Well, I done clicked it. We done sailed this ship
Hiccup.
forever.
Forever. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Nick and I are synced up.
Do you have together?
There we go. LJ from BK, how you doing? How you doing? Somebody around here, where was it? I didn't click on it yet, but Adam Kahn, you guys are awesome. We appreciate that, Adam. Thank you for being with us. Thank you. Thank you. Tell your friends. J1, Comcast will be spinning off their cable networks to the new company that will be creating, that will separate from NBC Universal. There you go. So
okay, so it's a cable provider thing. Okay, I hadn't heard enough to, okay, so that makes a lot more sense now.
This is where just rich people shift the money around, folks. It's all bullshit. It's all monopoly. It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect us. We'll be fine.
As an Italian, the mafia wasn't just an Italian thing. It's still a thing. It's now just wears white suits and doesn't, hang out in pizza parlors.
Nielsen. Yep.
Bueller.
Bradley saying, I have Nick.
I have you, Bradley, too. I appreciate
What's up, Bradley? It's showtime.
Had the time of my...
What are your thoughts on? We got that one. John C., welcome back. Scott, we got you. Easy Bake. So use OBS and record all ECW and WCW and old Raw content we can get.
I think he's trying to say because of with the network going to Netflix that I guess they're going to probably cut off some of that or maybe censor it down, what have yous. But I mean, the network was already doing that as it is. And I think that's more of an accessible thing. Like if the whole network, like if the whole catalog to an extent is moving to Netflix, that's available at the fingertips of a lot more people and everything like that. That now will just pop up in there suggested, and they'll see, RVD hitting a Van Daminator into a steel chair, and hey, what's that? I think I might want to watch that. Right. And then they get into wrestling.
That's it. As the show's kicking off with a replay of the beatdown Roman Reigns took last week from the Bloodline, including a couple tsunamis. So Roman gets taken out. Roman calls Paul. Nobody answers. What are we going to do?
If they didn't tell us Bronson Reed was from Australia, he 100%, you could have said he was big Samoa, and we would have just been fine with it. I mean, he could have been the Roundatonga instead of the Tulatonga. He could have been the Roundatonga.
He's like Samoan adjacent. Like he's right there. It's the South Pacific. They're good. Like
you're 2/3 Samoan.
Like you're close.
Right.
As we're getting the replay now of sorry, new phone. Who dis? No, definitely not, Keyshawn. Definitely not. Sean Reed, we got you. Do we see a wise man? Well, we got to get answers. Where's the wise man? They actually addressed his presence. Maven is teasing a WWE return. Why? Because his first run went so well.
Is he, or is it just his eyebrows teasing a return? Because I feel like those could have also qualified for a return. As I've got the new the Bloodline 2.0, the new Bloodline.
Dude,
the new blood coming out.
Keep Bronson with them long. Look at this man with this group. It fits. Him and Jacob at the back of like, all right, you can fuck with us, but you got to go through these two guys.
You're right. It's one of those. I know we want to try and keep the continuity with the draft and everything, but motherfucker, sometimes when the shoe fits, you might as well tap dance in that motherfucker. Like, goddamn, you struck gold a little bit with this.
If I showed people a picture and said, which one of these guys do not belong in this group, most people would pick Tongaloa. Like,
right, find the not Samoan.
Son of a
shit, you can't use Tongaloa or you can't use Tongaloa to wrestle in the matches. Remember, you had Tama Tonga and Jacob. So he's the manager now. They just brought in Bronson to replace him.
Low man on the totem pole.
Right.
Congratulations to Kylie Ray. Yeah, this was going around today. Kylie Ray gets her WWE ID program. And I didn't realize this, Nick, and I will make this quick because the Bloodline's in the ring. but they were going to make these moments like where like they're literally being handed their contract in rings at shows, and you're seeing like these wrestlers be emotional about the contract. Like, I can't believe, like, Kylie was emotional about being a part of this program. It's really cool.
Well, and it's interesting with someone like Kylie because she's been around. Like, she's been in WWE for a brief moment. She was in AEW for a brief moment. Like, she was in TNA for a brief moment. Like, yeah. Moving on. I didn't sign the NDA, so I can say what I want to say. But yeah, of that. Yeah, she's been around the block a little bit. Now, I still want to find out more of how much, like, what exactly the WWE ID contracty type thing entails. Is that like an NIL deal almost to the extent, or is it a bit of, is it like the pre NXT deal?
Yeah, it's like first right of refusal as far as Solo, man. I love this kid, and they're chanting OTC, and he just comes out and just got an attitude.
Bronson and still, like, though, you have him there, and you have everybody in sync. You have even Bronson throwing it up again. This is now the new blood. He is. So he is Bronson Tonga, Lady B, 100%.
Bronson Fatu.
Right.
Or Anawahi. Pick one.
I've been around the world in Tangaya.
OTC. Dude, if Bronson Reed and Jacob Fatu became a tag team, just
how do you beat
everybody?
They're 2024's head shrinkers and everything like that. Oh. Tonga Bronson, yeah.
He's not even here yet.
Solo still, though, halfway kind of kills me. If he's doing a little bit like the bad stand-up comedian of he's not even here yet. Like, and
Scott, nobody likes when their Uber ears go to the wrong place, bud. You can't hear anything.
Yeah.
I know. They'll come back.
I was trying to find a joke to come off of that, and I couldn't. Pause.
There you go. He says Roman's not even here, and basically you guys are all going to acknowledge me. Roman and his crew, everyone's going to acknowledge me. Short, sweet, to the point.
But 100% though that means that we're getting Roman and Nicole showing up tonight. Like, that's probably how we're ending the show, because we're not going to give that away and tease that at the start if we're not going to pay it off on the back end.
Yeah. Jacob and Bronson versus War Raiders. Give me now. I'd be in. Take all of my money. You can have it. I'm in.
Reinforce the ring.
If Jacob and Bronson teamed up, you might as well give them the title. Give them all the titles. Whatever ones they want. Just here you go. Those aren't even tag titles. Fuck it.
Those are the women's tag titles. I don't care. I want
it. So they're letting us know about tonight as far as the hype.
Do we finally get Paul Heyman tonight or on the go home? I hope tonight versus we get that spoiled for a week.
Yeah. If it's not tonight, Nick, it is Survivor Series.
Oh, how would you? How? When? How? Where? Why?
Mid-match? I don't know. Like, again, they got us guessing. I don't know where it goes, but I can't imagine they're going to do it next week. They won't do it on next week's show because that's going to be leaked out so hard. I think they'll save it for either Survivor Series.
I mean, we got Rhea on a spoiled show. Her with her Rip Hamilton Phantom of the Opera mask and everything. So I don't know.
That's true. Well, I think they had no choice there because you can't burn a week. They're pushing they couldn't burn a week.
Climactic. Could this be to where we get Heyman and then next week's where you pull Seth in? Of you saving Seth pull in till next week. You got to do you do both tonight? Do you do one the other?
I think we get
That's
Seth,
the thing.
and then Rowan, like Paul, we still don't know.
You got to send a carrier pigeon. That motherfucker's either had his phone destroyed, or could you imagine, say, Survivor Series? If you smell my name is Paul Heyman.
Right. I want Chelsea or Blair to win. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the first match is setting up. Triple threat in the U.S., the women's U.S. title tournament. So get
Tournament,
your
Charles Barkley. I love me a good tournament.
Out to good tournament.
You know, hey, I love me a good tournament. Yes, we are in commercial break as well right now, folks. As I see, we just passed 104. Let's see if we can get to 110, 115, 120, 100%. But I said that, and 4 people ran away, 5 people ran away. But 100% of this clearly to me becomes down to Bianca versus Chelsea. And I think we talked about this at the start of the show, before the show.
Yeah.
I think we kind of came to an agreement of Chelsea probably wins this.
I mean, I think part of it is that's my desire. And I think Belair wins a lot. She's a tag team champion. She's going to be in War Games. There's a different story to tell. If it's going to be Bianca and Bayley and the same usual suspects for the U.S. title, well, it just feels like the main title. So I do want like a Chelsea in there. Maybe a Mia Yim gets in there. Like, mix it up. Give us that mid card, like we were talking about with LA and Escobar. And I want a true mid card.
Well, that's the question of, granted, do you star stack? Do you stud out, the people that are going to be the initial champions for this belt? A la Seth Rollins was the initial world heavyweight champion, the Toblerone championship and everything. Right. So do you stud it out to where, say, Bayley or Bianca or someone's the initial champion? I think you can have that nice balance. If you throw in a Chelsea Green, you throw in a Mia, it's going to be, this is still just the first round of the bracket and everything. And a lot of people really want to see Chelsea. If she's not going to be world champ, this would be a really good, and she would do really well with this belt. I feel like she would make that a thing because of how much she's creative with her promos, with how much of a personality she is.
Yeah.
You give Karen a little bit of power, they can flaunt around a title and everything.
Christian, if Wayne Gretzky wins the Capital One, the match, would you give him a shout out? Sure, shout out to the Gretz. Why wouldn't we? I guess.
What is Wayne Gretzky trying to win?
What's Capital One, the match?
I don't know. Are we talking? I feel like that's got to be some golf shit. I don't know. Is Gretzky's lacing him up? Is he trying to come back wearing the 4-5 like Jordan?
Right.
Ovechkin's out, so I got to step in and make sure I can retain my record. Is Wayne Gretzky going Ric Flair? Are we going to have a wee woo on the ice?
Yeah, it's golf. It's golf.
No one wins at golf. The only people that win at golf are gardeners, I guess. I don't know. No one wins at golf.
Golf is the only sport I get better at the more I drink. It's the only thing.
I feel like that I have a few of those, but I don't know if it's I get better at or I just enjoy it more. So
Colin Bird, Blair Davenport, Naomi Champion, Wayne Gretzky is still doing athletics. I'm shocked to hear. I mean, again, I'm sure he's in decent shape. He's an older gentleman at this point.
I want to see Wayne Gretzky versus Michael Jordan in a best of 7 currently. Set them up in athletic things. 1 round golf, 1 round basketball, 1 round hockey, and then you figure out the 4 rounds what happens. One's poker. Yeah, bowling. That could be one too. I want to see GOAT versus GOAT.
Right. Fun. Yeah, no, again, I tend to be tossed by the 7th hole, so it's awesome.
I'm good at like putt and everything like that. I can't drive worth a shit. Don't take my license. Yeah, no, I can't hit a fucking driver worth a fuck. I'm a worm burner.
I'm the opposite. I'll drive all day long.
You're
And
Happy Gilmore.
I have no short game.
Fucking sidetrack. You are Happy Gilmore.
As here comes Blair. Now, somebody in the chat, Nick, said Blair needs something to do. She's been pretty quiet. This might be a surprise.
But I still think that this is a little bit of a spotlight, a little bit of a shine. We talked about BFAB earlier with the first match with this. Like, again, where else was Blair Davenport fitting in on the card right now if it wasn't something like this? Mm-hmm. So I do think that it's a nice little bit of a shine. It's a little bit of a sheen. You're in there with Bianca Belair, arguably like one of the new generation's women's 4 horsewomen, all of that, like a top star right now in the women's division. Chelsea Green, who's the fan favorite and everything. So you've got to shine. You've got to sheen here a little bit.
It's Chelsea Green.
Yeah, how do you feel that they like kind of superimposed Samantha into that a little bit of like, bitch, you might not work here, but we still got you.
Well, intellectual property is a thing. Bo knows. That's awesome. Your nemesis. Welcome. But Bo knows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bo Jackson, Wayne Gretzky, and Michael Jordan. Was that the Pro Stars?
Who, what?
Does someone out there remember the Pro Stars? I think it was Pro Stars. Yeah.
The Monstars? You heard of the Dream Team or what? The Mean Team?
Yeah. Well, no, the cartoon, and they had a cereal, and it was like Wayne Gretzky, Bo Jackson, and
Ali. Probably had to be like Ali.
No,
Tyson?
I think it was
Could it be Tyson? I swear to God, child, if you don't eat your cereal right now, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Right. Chelsea stinks. Oh, that's not nice. Is that just the garbage problem?
Yeah, is that from the dumpster match?
Right. I think they brought up Blair to raise Paige. Willie, welcome back. I don't think they're that petty or really thinking much about Paige.
I don't know. Some people are kind of viewing the way that they copyrighted Edge all of a sudden that they might be a little petty bitch.
No, you can't give it, like, you own all that intellectual property that is attached to Edge. If you don't renew that, you lose that. So I get why they did that.
I can't make no more action figures of someone who doesn't work here. I can't show you in hello, my friend. Will meet again.
Copeland's doing his thing. Or maybe they're
anticipating. We do have Chelsea Green taking on Bianca Belair, taking on Blair Davenport. So right now, let us know who you're taking in this match.
Right now, 52% of the chat is taking Chelsea, 45 Belair, Bianca, Belair, and Blair. Only getting 3.
Blair and Belair. Larry Bird. It was Larry Bird. Was it Larry Bird, sir?
I don't think it was Larry Bird.
444 saying, I love how they're allowing Solo to show more personality as the 100% of
Jordan.
What about Jordan? What are you saying now?
Sidetrack.
Fair enough. Yeah. No, I what they did to start off the show with Solo and the new Bloodline is great. I think we were just more of like, oh, so you got a new paint job on your car with adding Bronson Reed. So we're like, yeah, that works really well.
Right.
Blair's got Bianca by the ponytail.
Oh, Belair tying Bianca to the ring. Oh.
Little
tough landing on the stomp.
And she used her tied up with the ponytail to hit it.
Right.
That's the commercial breaks, Bob.
Guys, we go to commercial break. TK has 2 tournaments coming up soon. Continental Classic and the Women's International Cup Tournament. Very interesting. Oh, I mean, again, the definition of tournament is used very loosely. But we are getting 4 fatal 4-ways. The winner of those fatal 4-ways will be in a fatal 4-way at Wrestle Dynasty.
Can I just say this? And I feel like we've all kind of felt this for a while. I across every promotion, I'm sick of goddamn tournaments. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Find a new way to fucking be creative. I'm sick of every goddamn thing being a tournament. I understand why at times they need to happen and everything like that. But
right,
God damn it, if you can't come up with something else beyond that, then maybe it's not a great idea.
Right. Yeah, I mean, again, and it's funny, this loose definition of what a tournament is. But is Blair Davenport a new wrestler? Who is she? She's not new-ish.
Yeah, no. She was Christ. I see now. This is where I'm going to get called on my Zarya comment about with Delta and everything, and my anger and my outrage on that because I can't remember B Priestley. There you go.
Oh, you remember it.
No, 100%. I saved myself on the back end because Blair Davenport used to be B Priestley in New Japan, Stardom, and everything like that. She's 100% has been a top women's wrestler on the UK scene and everything like that before she signed with WWE.
Yeah.
And then she kind of got lost in the shuffle with NXT UK. She was very much featured there. And then when NXT UK folded, she kind of fell off into nothingness a little bit, was there for NXT for a bit. And then when she got called up, surprisingly, her and Kiana James both got called up. And then been in the waiting windows for a while here, and fun fact, almost tore the channel apart at one point.
Yeah, it really did. It was one of the funnier ones, but I'm eating Oreos. Chocolate covered Oreos are the shit, though. Chocolate covered Oreos are the way to go.
White chocolate's
not even chocolate.
Well, no shit. Thank you for nutrition facts with KJ White. But yes, no, I'm a peppermint guy and everything. My wife is not, but I'm definitely all about like the peppermint and everything.
Really? No.
Yeah, I'm a peppermint patty.
Well, but tomorrow is a double chunk cookie kind of night. So have your cookies ready. I might fucking lose my cookies.
I don't have a Costco to buy a cookie from.
No.
Not near me. No.
No, I'll hook you.
No.
Will Peacock still run PLE? No.
No. It'll actually. That's a good question because I don't know the full definitive answer on that.
I don't believe. No. They won't be running the PLEs on Peacock. They're parting ways altogether eventually. So that will dissipate as well. Maybe not as soon as some of the other things, but yes, they will not be.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know when that's going to happen because, I mean, honestly, right now, we've talked about the Monday Night Raws. Heaven forbid, I'm trying to watch a WrestleMania on Netflix, and I got to look at Mike Tyson's ass cheeks. I'm going to have some problems.
Right.
As we are back in action as Bianca just wailing away on Blair Davenport in the corner here. Chelsea grabbing the braid. Nick is 11 pepper stepper. Here come the hot stepper, murderer. I'm the lyrical gangster, murderer.
All right, folks. How long before Hawk Tua is on pay-per-view? She would get more ratings than the fucking cookie, dude.
No, for all the wrong reasons.
Well, I mean, if you can do this, you can do that. But there's up.
Or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that.
Peacock still runs PLEs and started states until contract expires with NBC in 2026. So yeah, thank you, Anthony. Eventually, it's all going to be gone from Peacock, which is not a bad thing. Chelsea with her husband's finisher. There you go. I missed it.
I'm waiting till does Matt Cardona get a WWE ID contract?
That'd be the funniest shit.
I'm waiting for WWE social media. I know you might be listening, so I'm gonna say this right now.
Suplex for everybody.
1, 2. Chelsea breaks it up. I'll hiccup. You get the replay of the stomp.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, well, I'm kind of trying to catch up with you.
Just keep going.
But 100%, if there's going to be a thing to be a thing that'll break the internet for a little bit, Matt Cardona gets a WWE ID.
Right. I don't think a lot of people have seen Chelsea in the Indies or Lucha Underground. She's really good. She is really good. I mean, again, and if you haven't seen her, like even TNA or indie run, like she can go. She is a hell of a wrestler with a great personality.
Yeah, did you see her in her first NXT run or her second NXT run? Or wait, did you maybe see her in her third NXT run or anything?
Oh, huge superplex.
Yeah, no, Chelsea's great, but I'm saying she's
450.
Well, I just got the superplex.
Oh, wow. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
I'm going. Now I got the 450. 1, 2. Chelsea breaks it up.
Belair breaks it up.
Yep. Belair dragging Chelsea out right now. Into the barricade.
See matches between Chelsea Green and Mickie James and T. Yeah, 100%.
I'm still waiting for Mickie to show up in WWE.
Mm-hmm. Yo, we got problems in the back. Look at this. Jade's been laid out.
Oh my. Doesn't this look a little familiar?
Robert Roode is glorious. Man,
no, this is not glorious. We got Jade. She's either cosplaying as like Chitara again, or she just took probably a fucking baseball bat, a wiffle ball to the fucking head here. As Bianca's running back.
Like I said, pre-show, you have a way to get Belair out of the way. This is exactly. Oh, wait, no way.
I'll see. Come on. Oh, small package. 1, 2. Dos, amigos. Dos.
Davenport steal this?
It'd be interesting. It'd be a hell of a shot.
Prettier.
Yeah.
And
1, 2, 3. See it again. There's your fan favorite locked in. There's your dark horse added to the race here.
Right. Oh, so Blair was used for an easy pin. Blair being the lowest person, just like B-Fab. Yeah, she was there to eat a pin. Somebody's got to do it.
Exactly. Somebody got to do the JOB.
So Bailey and Chelsea, first 2 through.
So it's going to be Bailey versus Chelsea, and then we're going to get Cargill, Mission, Piper taking on, and then Naomi, Tiffany, and so-and-so.
Cargill may not make that match.
Who's your what now? Who?
Cargill.
Cargill. Yeah, no. Well, that's why, like I said, think about it, that the last time that we saw, somebody winding up with a baseball bat and everything like that, or kind of, sprawled out around the car and everything. It was when Liv and Raquel had been sitting there playing home run derby. So might be a little apropos of you take out Rhea and you take out Jade, you take out your 2 biggest threats essentially right out the gate.
Yep, as we head into commercial breaks, ladies and gentlemen, the show rolls on. Chelsea Green advances. And we'll figure out what's coming up next. But for us, up later tonight, AEW Rampage will be a thing, as well as tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Be here with us early. Grab your dinner, grab your snacks, grab all the fun stuff. But we're going to be here all night long until Tony is done with us. And it's going to be a fun one. Full gear, 11 matches now, plus an in-ring segment. Who knows what else will be added over the next 24 hours. But yes, we will be here for Full Gear. Sunday, we're here for Bloodsport, and we're here for all your favorite wrestling. So if you're a wrestling fan, don't watch the wrestling alone. Come to the Wrestling Utopia. Hang out with the wrestling friends you can't find in your real life. The one place where you can truly let your opinion be heard, clicked on, and talked about. We appreciate you. And, be a part of all the fun. We're this close to 6K.
This close, my guy. Yes. Heel Chelsea would be interesting. Frank, are you not aware that she's currently supposed to be a heel? I know everybody really likes her and everybody wants to cheer for her, but she's definitely a heel right now.
Yeah, no, she's a heel. She's a heel. She's a troublesome heel. She's a pain in the ass, but the fans like her.
Well,
so we're a little
somebody that no one likes of Damien. Well, I like Damien, but no one likes the Rizzler. Can't wait to see the Rizzler tomorrow night.
Who the fuck is the Rizzler?
I'm telling you, he's a little portly kid that can just do like this. Like, I don't know like just he does the face and everything. I hate myself that I even know this.
Okay.
If you Google it, it's just again, it's a little portly Italian kid. That's all it is.
So this AJ guy used two chubby kids to get famous. Was he Jermaine Dupri? What is happening?
Yeah, he's Jersey Shore, just all swole up. He's
Yeah,
Jersey Shore wrestling.
Is the Rizzler Ronnie's kid? What is this?
No, that's the thing. The Rizzler has no relation to anybody here.
Okay.
Mox for life.
Death Riders. That's all Rough Riders. The Rizzler is awesome. I know nothing about this.
The Rizzler is not awesome. What could be awesome, and I wish they could make it awesome, is Moxley's kind of faction and everything. Of make it seem, go full bore with it. Go, if you're gonna go adult, go adult. Don't pussyfoot around with a lot of this shit.
The Rizzler does what the kids call mewing.
I don't even want to try and guess or speculate or talk about any of that, but you can mew and Mewtwo your ass on over somewhere.
Yeah. I find the angle. We just had Jade. For those who are just tuning in, Jade Carhill was found on the hood of a car, completely decimated. Belair ran out to the ambulance. Well, now we're back to the action.
Ambulance
checking on her partner, Naomi.
A Bumblebee. Oh, as Bianca telling
like Naomi,
Bailey stay out of it. So maybe he'll turnish Bianca-ish. But I'm surprised. I thought Naomi was supposed to be part of the, I don't think you're ready for this, Daddy.
She's like pseudo. It's weird. In your opinion, how likely do you think we'll see Matt Cardona at the Royal Rumble? It's a tough one. Eventually, maybe it depends. But it all depends if they can find a suitable value that they think is fitting for both sides.
Yeah, well, and again, it's Christ, just go meme with it again. I still say the WWE ID of it.
Adam Ray, let's go. Dr. Phil in the house.
Honestly, I would have not known that. Like, I'll know Shane, but I don't know if you didn't say Dr. Phil or Joe Biden, I would have been like, who?
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, LA Knight in the house. Huge pop.
Yeah.
Huge pop.
But so we're getting LA Knight taking on Santos Escobar for the United States Championship. So, folks, let us know who you're taking for this match 100%. And I still think this got to be here.
Or nobody.
You think get no DQ? You think, dusty finish?
Nah, I think Escobar eats an L on this one, but Los Angeles Knight.
Yes. What did Misfit say?
What did Misfit say?
Hear me out. Part of me wants Jade to stage this and put the blame on Bailey.
Ooh. I want it just to be Naomi, Misfit. Like Naomi did it and then shows up and like, what happened?
I did it for the oos. I did it.
Right? No, but the old story of me and you were friends, and then this lady showed up, and you two became friends and forgot about me.
I straight think it's Liv and Raquel again playing batting practice, but we're not going to show them being there and everything because we saw the wounds on the eyes and everything like that. Like, that's a backfall into that. That's you didn't get hit off the platform. You got knocked into that.
Yeah.
So that's to me of swing, batter, swing. Come, baby, baby, come.
As here comes Santos Escobar.
How did you feel about LA Knight saying the only person that gets to call him daddy is your girl there, Elektra Lopez there?
Well, I mean, if you're going to pick somebody, that's a good somebody.
I mean, you're out there thinking a man of good taste.
Right. I'm kind of surprised that Bailey isn't part of the women's war games. She's not really in the mix. That's all there is to it.
the women's war games isn't even really in the mix. I think the only people that think that is because Sportskeeda was like, this is the first war games match that
Bailey.
happened without Bailey involved, which sometimes is going to happen.
Things evolve, things change. I mean, again, Bailey, does Bailey take a war game spot by chance if somebody's too injured to fight? Maybe. I don't know. But I mean, things change, and that is what it is. This is happening very quickly on the women's side. So
I think it has to happen very quickly because there wasn't a lot of built into this. Like everything with the men's war games feels more finality because it's already been kind of baked into this.
Oh, LA Knight. Nakamura's on screen.
Nakamura, yeah, Shinsuke.
Yes.
I feel he's Darth Maul right now, my guy. He's got the fucking cloaks and the robes. It's all red. He's got the AI visuals.
You are riddled with insecurities. You beg them to chant your name.
Chant your name.
Okay. I like this.
Oh, I like it, but I'm out here all the red. I just want the Darth Maul theme.
Will slip through your fingers. The art is cool.
Yeah. I wonder what AI app they use to do that. Oh. I still remember, though, and this is why I want so much for Nakamura, because part of what? Oh. Escobar with the jump.
Absolutely.
But I remember when they teased when you had initially the AJ Styles Nakamura match, and that got me super hyped for WrestleMania 34. Like, that pretty much sold me on the pay-per-view. And it's been a slow decline, I feel, with Nakamura. I just want so much so much more from him.
What's going on, Geekbox, the world's second best box out there? Hope you're doing well, sir. Welcome back. It's been a minute. Hope you are doing all right. Taylor, Electra Lopez is fired. Damn sexy. Shinsuke will take now. I think so. I think he's a big threat, if nothing else. 66%. I thought it'd be higher, but LA Knight taking 66% of the vote. As we get a commercial spot with Escobar coming over the top.
Right. As we're advertising for the Christmas. Yeah. Have you been a good boy or been not the boy?
Right. They ruined Nakamura. He's done these types of promos 3 times now. He came out the biggest loser and shit talker. Did he retire? Did he die? What happened? Like, his career's over? Nakamura is perfectly fine. And him going up against LA Knight, perfectly fine for his career. Yeah, I got no issue with this. So, yeah, unless he retired and I don't know about it, I think he's okay.
Well, this is the second time he's done these type of promos, unless you're going to count, sorry, no speak English and everything as him cutting these type of promos. Right. And this actually had that really super menacing, like the ones before. I won't lie, I got excited for, I got hyped for, I kind of wanted something out of it and everything, but they were very much of like what we've seen now of where they'll let Japanese superstars cut a promo in Japanese versus trying to force them to speak broken English that doesn't come across so well, and they'll just subtitle it. But that with the AIR and the dark and the red and everything, like,
yeah,
I am coming for you. Like, I will end you. Like, felt like kind of best Nakamura a little bit since he's been in WWE. Like, outside of initial Nakamura, that's probably best Nakamura.
The mistake that is being made here is the saying this is the third time. This is a continuation of who he is. So he was the same with Cody, that he was with AJ, that he is now with LA Knight. He didn't change. He just went away, and now he came back. He came back impactfully. But it's not like, oh, he's doing it again. No, this is him. This is what he does. Like, that's kind of his take.
This is what you do. This is what we do. Yeah. Now that's 100% pretty solid. Yeah.
After what happened to Jade, I'll bet it's part of an angle for Bailey to replace her in War Games. It's possible.
It'll be the one of we don't trust her, and you watch, she'll be the one that probably takes the pinfall. If that's the case, she'll take the pinfall, and that'll be everybody can me on her a little bit.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll see what plays out though, because like I said, Jade's supposed to be in that triple threat match, and I don't know if she's going to make that either. So,
I feel like anytime you shoehorn someone in, especially into like a Survivor Series or War Games type of match, a multi-person match, you're only shoehorning them to take the L.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. But if you have, maybe if you can back that up, but I don't think that's the case. Ask Jade if it was real glass, or if Bianca's the one crying a river, though.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. I don't take his threat seriously. Well, LA Knight does. He just got his head kicked off. So sorry, Gilly. Look pretty fucking serious.
Right. Time to give Nakamura a run. LA Knight had a decent enough run. Now time for a change. Well, and again, you at least need to start to solidify and kind of formulate some players here in this division here. Mm-hmm. We kind of have an idea when it comes to the IC division, when it comes to Monday Night Raw. Now, granted, the Bloodline storyline vacuumed up a good bit of that, but yeah. Willie's saying, I thought they were going to do something with Muda because that one time he sat front row for a Nakamura match. And he was using Mist of bye-bye.
That was just not, that was Muda's goodbye. That was
well, yeah, and remember I think it was the last Muda match that we had was him versus Nakamura and Noah, which that's still been the ongoing little partnership here.
Mm-hmm. As we are back to the action, folks, Santos in control. LA trying to fight back, but no luck yet. He gets kicked in the back of the head for his efforts.
Right. Slingshot cross body.
All right, Emo, how you doing? I don't want him to come back to just lose. He needs a short title run. Yeah, I don't want him to come back and lose either. I mean, but again, a little bit of a chase, a little bit of a rivalry is awesome.
Well, I think he'll do his chase and more of he'll be the one that waits in the wings. If he might kind of fuck with LA for a little bit, and then he might be one of the few that the initial match that he wins the title, because we've always seen it. It's now the tried and true. You get a best of 3 series, so he might be the one that bucks that trend.
Maybe as LA's fighting back, crowd behind him. I will be right back.
Right. As the crowd's behind KJ, as KJ's taking a bus because of. I love how WWE has got us back to the point where a backstage attack or a little comment here or there makes us all start guessing and fantasy booking again instead of just not caring. Oh, absolutely, 100% of. They've done a masterclass as LA Knights just doing a little rope-a-dope punches here, but they've done a masterclass of engaging with the social media and engaging with, what people are already going to be instinctively looking for. 1, 2, a neck breaker, of you just bait the hook and somebody will go with it. Of if you can give them an inch, they'll take a mile. Nick, now that Aaron Judge won the MVP, the thing is, let's see if Josh Allen can win one for the NFL. I mean, shit, go for it, 100%. We'll go back to back, my guy. Emo, man, it's also Thanksgiving weekend as well. KJ White and yeah, absolutely, Emo. Shout out, happy Friendsgiving, Festivus for the rest of us, Thanksgiving, whatever it is that you celebrate when it comes to this time of the year and everything. But yeah, I do like that we're gotten to the point to where it sucks as Nakamura out there just standing in the entranceway distracts LA Knight as he was going for a little pop-up elbow drop. But yeah, interessante. But I do like that now WWE's moved of where we'll give more time for the wrestlers and everything. You can have more time away. The schedules at least a wee bit easier and everything. I'm not trying to act like I know how easy the schedule is, but Escobar with a frog splash. Oh, but he rolls LA Knight up. Poor move. But now that they've gotten more conscious of that and everything, so I dig it. Sorry, that was a long way to get to a good short conclusion. As LA Knight hits the 1, 2, 3, as instantly Nakamura slides in and just starts stomping out LA Knight. And again, he's Darth Shinskius, Darth Nakamura, Darth Sidious, what have you. So this man out here in all of the Sith robes he's 100%. He just stayed at the most, luxurious B&B and is wearing their robes. But yeah, as he's just throwing LA Knight into the ring post, shoulder first, after shoulder first, after shoulder first, after told you so, after told you so, and told you so. Getting shots out to the back of the head, and he's got the little scarry skin, like burn marky skin things and everything on his face. Yeah, he's got the drape over, but yeah, he's got the Darth Nakamura. Yeah, I'm not just being a nerd with this. Oh, he's got very much, the goddamn, Star Wars skin appeal and attire to this a little bit. And even using the skin face paint, like he's having to cover his face. He's out there. Where are you? It's not just a face, Mom. Yeah, Sith Lord Nakamura. I've got Graves and Cole and commentary. WWE really get their money's worth out of those LED ring posts. Well, 100%. That's their advertisements for everybody and anybody. As we're getting a replay of Ciampa, I literally almost thought it was just short Triple H costing the match for half a second. But we're getting a replay of Johnny Plainface having to play peacemaker between Motor City and Ciampa here. And if Johnny doesn't pivot, if he just stays generic babyface, he will just get lost in the shuffle as generic babyface. That's the thing, is there's not, if you're a regular casual, as we cut to Gargano backstage with Motor City, he's gonna just fucking stay Johnny's same face though, and I don't like it because it's such a talent and you're seeing it fucking squandered. I feel does he have to have the biggest story of the pivot because he's so far away from it? But yeah, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, and holy shit, now that you see all 5 of these men together, this looks like the adults walked in the room 100%, just in size and stature. I know everybody said this, that, and the third about with how Montez Ford and how the Street Profits have, had this quote and had that quote. As Roman's here, I'm going to just say, yes, I think that very much, we're close to a Street Profits heel turn. But yes, 100%, the OG, triple OG, the Bloodline. The OG Bloodline is here with Roman, Jimmy, Jay, and Sammy. Solo Sikoa demands Roman Reigns accepts his terms of surrender. So we're going to have that tonight. So that is a segment that has now been advertised for tonight. So I'll post this dual question in the chat of you and let us know of what you think the terms of surrender would be. What are your terms of surrender? But also, ain't no goddamn way in hell that Roman accepts that. And I very much feel, I almost wonder at this point if they do a tease to where Roman seems like he might feel like he might bend the knee or anything. And I still, this is a great outlier. I'm trying to think of how you could bring Heyman in, and of like if Roman's almost one of those, if he's almost gonna do it. And then you get, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And especially, we're talking terms of surrenders. We're talking contracts. We're talking litigation. I mean, 100%. There is not an advocate I would rather have by my side. Well, honestly, if it wasn't KJ or Anthony, but I digress with that. So 100%. Don't let him know I said that. But beyond those two, if there isn't an advocate I'd rather have by my side, it would be Paul Heyman or Saul Goldman. So 100%. Maybe this is where we get, the wise man. But we are in commercial break right now, so 100%. As I see 100 people watching with us right now, and I've been missing all the comments. I do apologize. As I see producer man backstage, letting me know everything that's going on. BS Just Joe, what up? Scott, what up? JV, what up? Main event girl, what up? But I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We're back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow for a full year. Sunday for blood sports, 7, 8, 9 at this point. I feel on Monday Night Raw, the go home show for War Games, Tuesday night NXT, Wednesday night Dynamite, with Friendsgiving Eve, Thanksgiving Eve. You can, work off that tryptophan coma and everything like that. Watching us talk about AEW Dynamite and everything like that. And then still we go the Survivor Series predictions. We got Friday Night SmackDown again next week, and then we're rolling straight through War Games, Survivor Series. We're walking through that battlefield, John Connor. Willie's saying there's only one person in War Games that I feel can submit or surrender, and it's Tongaloa, unless Heyman agrees to be the fifth man. Well, is Tongaloa in the match? Well, now I'm just trying to do maths publicly. So guess mark on the education system here. But yeah. So you've got Solo, you've got Jacob, you've got Bronson. So there's 3. You got Tom. So yeah, he would have to be the 5th member. I mean, yes, thank you, KJ, Captain Canada, getting instantly piped in. That's what Universal Medicare will do that for you, or Universal Health Care. But yeah, that fitting that he could be the weak point, that he's the one that takes the pinfall for that War Games match. TK, Christian Power, emo man. I sometimes wonder because I mean, Christian will show up, and then next thing you know, all of a sudden TK is putting out a tweet announcing a match that we were just talking about. But I digress. War Games, you can pin. Blood and Guts, no pin. Yes, there you go. Thank you, JB. Tongalo, we're going to pin Roman for the win. Keyshawn, are you just trying to see if I can flip my table? Because I feel like you're just trying to see if I can flip my table. Because that definitely is not happening. Like, there's how many ever parallel universes that, everyone can view, or that Doctor Strange was viewing and everything. But yeah, that's not happening in any of them. And that one, where was Letterman when was attacked? What the? Roddy, was Leno attacked? What now? As we're getting signs of the night, and as I'm getting a sign that I might be talking to someone else. Yeah.
Right. Want to be Roman Reigns. They're showing all the signs. Signs of the night is the new segment here on SmackDown.
Just married today. Now the question is how many times do we consummate the marriage?
As we got Nick Aldis with Nia Jax. Do you know anything that happened to Jade?
No, I don't know.
I want to take her out during War Games. I wouldn't do that beforehand.
I was busy helping Now, if there's anything else.
Many pros say the 5th will be Punk. I'd say it's Braun Breaker. I'd say nobody's right. Unless Seth gets taken out, nobody's right.
Oh, as we've got Cody Rhodes out here with the fucking track jacket to end all track jackets.
So all this saying I haven't heard from Kevin. Nobody's seen him.
Cody Rhodes right now looks like American Olympics incarnate.
Right?
Like just America, fuck yeah.
That's a sick jacket, bro.
Yeah, well, listen, I can respect that as being a Bills fan. I might have Zumba pants on my Christmas wish list and everything like that, to where I might look like a pack of zebra stripe gum and everything. But yeah,
as here comes Cody Rhodes, and again, Nick Aldis says no signs of Kevin Owens.
that means he's gonna show up through the crowd.
Cody 2028.
Whoa.
The jacket is ugly. Well, I wouldn't expect emo to kind of jive with the brightness of that jacket.
Cody Rhodes is Dwayne's vice pres. 100%. He is the vice pres, and then he runs on the second ballot as an individual candidate and everything. Yeah. Well, Christ, at this point, how much fucking pro wrestling is involved in politics?
Right? Y'all think Cody's jacket goes swish, swish, swish? Yes, it does. One hundo. Undeniable.
He looks like he 100% pulls out of fucking, one of those lawn chairs and everything to watch his kid play soccer.
Right? American Nightmare windbreaker. I'd like Lesnar to be the 5th, honestly, because he'd offset Jacob and Bronson. It's a valid argument. I mean, again, until Seth gets taken out in some way, shape, or form, to me, he makes the most sense. The pros, as somebody put it, well, we know they're guessing just like us.
Well, and it's more of when do you pull him in?
Now. He just got screwed on Monday. It would be now. It would be tonight, maybe next week at the latest, but it would probably be tonight.
But so that would be the final probably segment of tonight. If you pull in Seth Rollins, or
maybe
you pull in Heyman tonight, and then you let the internet fucking wander of could it be Punk? Well, then again, fucking spoilers. But yeah, you let it wander a little bit.
Maybe. It's going to be CM Punk, but only makes sense because CM Punk and Paul. Yeah, that's the only connective tissue. So to me, it doesn't fit.
Yeah, that's the thing is I need
Cody calls out. Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry.
Oh, where is he? Where is he?
Hey, I have that shirt, just it has sleeves. And not tattoo sleeves.
Cody's not wearing the suit. Now KO's wearing his version of Cody's suit.
The tuxedo. I dig it.
KO got some good cheers, to be honest.
And again, though, that's the thing is Cody feels politician. He feels polished. Kevin feels authentic. He feels genuine. He feels like that's him speaking. That's not a character speaking.
Right. KO basically saying, I've been summoned to SmackDown because the great Cody Rhodes wanted to talk to me. So as Cody saying, you want to talk to me? Come talk to my face.
But the security breaking up Cody, but yeah, you need Cody to have an edge here. You need Cody to have huevos.
Mm-hmm.
You have no marbles. We're gonna go Jobo here. We're gonna go our favorite movie.
Right?
You have no marbles.
As KO continues to egg him on. Cody's upset, but can't get to him.
Your fault.
It's your fault. Gaslighting at its finest.
Right.
Oh, KO walking down. Cody takes the track jacket off. 4 years. KO up over the barricade. I like this.
Oh yeah, and we're standing on the ring of where I like that there's a progression to this of even just in the way it's presented. Like it's not, 3 weeks of we go from barricades and all of that to now I'm standing on the ring, on the announce desk to where I'm feet away from you, and I bet we're gonna get in ring with this at some point here.
For 4 years, I fought the Bloodline. I fought them alongside you. Like, this is, again, people are saying he's gaslighting, but he's not wrong. I love it.
It's Drew McIntyre. It's the justified heel of a lot of people thought that this could have been the whole thing to where we fought them the same. They fucked me over well before they were even messing with you, before you were even here. And now you're going to sit there and act like they're okay? Now you're going to side with them? Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Roman needs a partner just because he pissed off everyone around him. That's it. Look, KO looks like a younger KJ. KO and I are 10 months apart in age. 10 months.
It's been a minute since we had that comment, so I'll allow it.
There's a video out there somewhere of me explaining that.
We need though that to happen. I want to 100% of just be at that moment to where you and him meet and just do the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, he's supposed to sound whiny Boston. He's
100% of think about it. Of he's out there coming out and just everything that happened is because of you. You sat there and you were being best friends with them and everything. After you sat there and watched everything that we went through and everything like that, he's fucking tearing into him. Like Kevin Owens is great here. Sorry.
Cody responding aggressively, saying the big story is KO has to be the one held down. Yeah, it's so real. Cody blaming Kevin for Kevin's problems.
Anyone else reminds you of John Cena and CM Punk? A little bit of, you are, or a little bit actually more Triple H and CM Punk of the reason that you feel that you're held down is because you choose to, you have to always play the victim.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. He's a Grand Slam champion. This is good shit.
This is great shit.
In a tank top, yelling, not just talking, but yelling, and is fired up. That is when you put the foot down on the gas pedal, and it worked. It worked. Like KO is bringing out a really good Cody right now.
Well, we said this before. If Cody needs to have an edge, has to have a level of humanity, have a level of relatability, and this is what this is. Because you even sit there. Like Kevin, he's supposed to be the despicable human being right now, but you can see him sitting there on top of the announce desk, and the eyes are welling a little bit and everything. So you almost kind of feel compassion a little bit. Like this feels honest. This feels like truthful with everything here.
Randy is an absolute 100% unequivocal.
He was your friend.
Unequivocal.
Unequivocal.
A little dusty slipped into there. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, might have struggled with that word. Might have been too many syllables.
This could have been Adam Cole, KJ, LOL, but nope. Fair enough.
No, because toddlers don't win fights.
Oh yeah, the pile driver's been put over fucking dynamically. Oh, and Cody's got the crowd behind him. So at Survivor Series or Saturday Night Main Event, Cody's even non-committal.
Or
the ball is in your court, bro.
You want to fight me, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Boston. This is bringing out the best in Cody.
Why did Cody tear his own shirt? No one tore his shirt.
Half Hogan.
He tore his own shirt. Code of the jungle. Watch out for that, Randy. What?
The half Hogan. This is the triple. Yeah, 100%. You're on point there, Christian. Hashtag pile driver. I'm just doing my job. I love it. And
that's the thing, is that's as impassioned and as bold as that's probably the greatest Cody promo in a hot minute. Kevin can sit there and just cut the promo and it fits perfectly. Like, it doesn't have to be the best Kevin promo, and he's just that good.
Kevin just drops mic, walks out. Cody screaming his name.
Stella! That's what it is. That's where he tore it. He's Ned Flanders. Stella! Stella!
Oh, what did he say? What did he say, folks? I missed it. What was that? He said something that pissed Kevin off.
So in a sense, we're in agreement because whenever you decide to jump, whenever you decide that we do have this match, just know there's not a single line I won't cross.
There's not a single line that I won't cross.
Why can't AEW be this entertaining? Key one, we'll get there. I love this. I want this match at SNME, so Saturday Night Main Event. I enjoyed that. Cross the line. Okay. This is what Cody's been missing as a babyface. A babyface needs a heel. Everyone can hate alongside him. He hasn't had that really since Roman. This works so much. It's outstanding. It's dialed in.
Oh, again, it's something that he has huevos now.
All right. He said, "You really hate yourself," or something like that. Yeah, okay. Again, it's psychological, and it shows. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, look at the chat right now. Look at the comments, and it's simple. It shows you don't need a table. You don't need a high spot. You don't need a tope or any of it. You can make compelling wrestling programming with two people that are convincing. And that's what this is. It's fucking beautiful. And again, this is what Wednesday nights is lacking, is two people having a conversation in an intense way that we give a shit about.
You can debate of how much percentage of a wrestling match is story versus in-ring action. I think it's much closer to a 50-50 split. But it's now undeniable that you can't have one without the other type of shit.
Right. And we got Roman and the Bloodline in the back.
This makes me feel so much like this is like 2020. All that. Like, I'm just waiting for Sammy to sit there and just do his whole little hand gesture with the Usos and everything like that. Just everybody acting as copacetic.
Ooh, what about Cody Rhodes? No. It's not going to be. Misfit loving it too. I'm with you, Misfit. I mean, the whole chat. Nobody's saying anything bad about that segment between KO and Cody. That's crazy.
Right.
It cooked. He brings up Seth. No Seth Rollins either. Uh-oh. Maybe it is Punk.
Ooh. But again, that's the only connective tissue is Heyman. That's the only reason that makes sense. And does anyone really want CM Punk following up a Hell in a Cell match with a War Games match and really want the health and the continuation of this man's career?
Mm-hmm. Roman saying that they don't need any help, that we're enough. We can do this. We don't need a fifth.
5-on-4. Oh, could you imagine day of, match of, like moment of, ladies and gentlemen, and that's when you introduce someone? Damn, everybody has valid points though tonight. Yeah, that's the thing is, that's the best level of storyline when every outcome seems like a possible outcome.
Yeah, I mean, again, somebody mentioned it in the chat earlier that you don't have a big brawl in the back. You have just Jade laying on the hood of a car. We're all talking about it. You have these little, like the phone call, these little details that are creating conversation, that are making us as wrestling fans. Could it be Punk? Could it be Seth? Everyone's got a valid argument to who it could be. It's got us talking with very minimal effort.
Right, cliffhangers and fish hooks. It's amazing how if you actually can build to a moment that incites anticipation, how easy it is to do it. But yeah,
right.
But speaking of building to a moment that builds anticipation, I will be right back here, sir.
As ladies and gentlemen, Nick taking a pause for the cause. Naomi and Bailey coming out to the ring. I will take your votes. Who do you got? Who do you got? The show's been cooking tonight, as we still have just under an hour left. So get in that chat. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know what you're liking, what you're not liking, as I will end that poll that doesn't have any viable clicking options. But I will put a poll up in the chat proper as I multitask here. But up next, Tiffany Stratton will be teaming up with Candice LeRae to take on Naomi and Bailey. And get your votes in. Let me know who are you taking and why, as I continue to get this up. Too many names. There we go. Finally, but we continue to roll. Who do we got? I'm definitely need a fifth. Oh, they definitely need a fifth, but I like it. Stubborn Robin. They can't come up with any good options. He's burned so many bridges. Now, I will put this out to everybody in the chat. I saw some people think it. How do you feel about it? Is it CM Punk? Will it be CM Punk, not Seth Rollins? To me, the tea leaves point Seth Rollins. You would have to kind of get him out of the way to cause that. Now, if they do it, I don't know. I don't believe the internet, and I believe it when I see it, but the storytelling isn't quite there yet for me. So we'll see. We'll see. Some people think it's Brock. I think there's zero chance that it's Brock. But we are on the commercial break. Cody is totally taking the package pile driver. Maybe they feel like they're teasing it real hard, really setting up how deadly it is. So maybe he eats one for a near fall. Could be. Somebody had put something in the chat. I wanted to get back to it real quick, but I don't know where it went. This wasn't the one, but I'll click on it. AW is technically new. Yes, they are doing trash right now. I really hope that they turn it around. I'm with you, Frank. I really want them to turn it around. This idea that I get it, they're new, but there's two things that I want you to remember. One, they cause a lot of their own problems by their own rhetoric, by their own approach to things. You get braggadocious when you win, you cry when you lose. If you're new and you don't want to be picked at or have people criticize, then mind your P's and Q's and kind of stay in your lane. The other issue that they're having is, my concern is, when you start a business, those first 5 years are absolutely crucial. And as we kind of measure the success of AEW at their 5-year mark, it is, again, you've got 5 years of trial and error to try and make this better. And it just seems to be getting worse. Even the biggest of diehards are turning on it. So, again, that would be my only concern. Yes, they're still fairly new, but you're year 5. Like, what, year 10? Are they still new? At what point do we kind of hope that they figure it out? Still don't think Punk's the member. Drew's the 5th. Yeah, that's not happening. I am sticking with Zilla. Zilla would be interesting. You got to go out go get more family. I don't think it's going to be Zilla. I don't think it's going to be Hikaleo. I don't think it's going to be Lance. Are we getting, yes, Kyle, I think Survivor Series would be a very interesting time for her to try. What if during War Games, Nia takes a big spot and they slip it in there? It'd be interesting. Dun, dun, dun. CM Punk, fifth guy, very interesting. I don't know. I'm still struggling to buy it. The original Bloodline, they do need a fifth. Oh, 100%. There is no doubt. This is rhetoric from Roman. And again, remember, he's the tribal chief. He's the longest reigning champion. He's got all these accolades. As the tribal chief, we don't need nobody, pound his chest. We know what the reality is, but we know how he's going to feel. And right now he feels like that. But also when you have no options, it's like when you open your fridge and there's no food in it and you're like, I wasn't that hungry anyway. That's kind of what Roman's going through. The cupboards are bare. And unless you go down a path you've already been on, like a Seth, well, we got to wait and find out. But right now we are getting a word from the sponsors. And we're getting an advertisement for Netflix, actually. But in the meantime, I will give you guys a quick word from our sponsor. There you go, folks. Go check out our merch store as we got Cody coming out of the break. There's Carmelo, by the way, in the back. I think he's talking to Eigner. What is this? Cody ripped shirt. Yeah, he's angry. Cody's pissed. Bare cupboards. There you go. I heard a crazy rumor possibly at Royal Rumble. Yeah, I don't know if the cash-in takes that long, though. I think it might happen in 2024. But Carmelo and Cody getting in a shoving match. Cody's got a chip on his shoulder, folks. KO's gotten under the champ's skin. Interesting. I think if they go with only 4 members and start the match that day, it's the way to go. And then you have The Rock come out to help, but actually screw them. That's cool, too. So we go into War Games next week only knowing 4 members. And at any point, Seth, Cody, it won't be Cody, but Seth, Cody, Brock, Rock, any one of these people could just, music hits, they get a huge pop, and they come out at the end. Like Randy Orton. You remember last year with Randy Orton? He was injured, and we were like, is it? Then the music hit. They even did the countdown, and then they brought him out. So, and they delayed it with Rhea Ripley in the cash-in. Or not Rhea, with, was it Rhea at the time? Cody taking this to a whole new level. Carmelo getting some smoke. As we're getting the replay from Nia Jax and Naomi last week. Carmelo getting the heat rub 100%. I like Bianca. She still doesn't trust Bailey. Yeah, there's still this weird relationship, and I know my buddy Anthony doesn't love it. Tiffany Stratton and Candice LeRae, fair enough. 57% of the chat right now taking Naomi. As we are about to get the start of the match, folks. If you haven't made a prediction yet, let us know. Don't forget that prediction title is on the line tomorrow. You can get ABJ's championship by showing up and giving us your predictions during the show as we bring you full gear. Naomi and Tiff starting this one off. Paul Heyman will not be showing up until Survivor Series. That's a fair argument. I could see it. Tiffany looking like Tiffy's secret. I got my nickels for here we go again with this. Poor Candice. They're just wings. Team Bailey for the win. Makes sense. Ending Survivor Series with The Rock holding up the one surrounded by Bloodline 2.0 will be the sight to see. That's the moment I'm waiting for, Boston. And I know you've been around where we've been kind of beating this storyline. I think that would be outstanding. And I do think that's the ending visual at some point. And that's how we get to Rock Roman. You carry that into the Rumble, then you carry it past the Rumble. That's the moment I'm waiting for. As Tiffy and LeRae are in control of Bayley, thanks to Nia Jax on the outside. But yeah, that's the moment I'm dying for. I want to see that moment. I think it's going to be great. I can't imagine Cody's state of mind right now. Angry. Any Steeler fans crying about the last night's upset loss? Not here anyway. Who cheers for the Steelers? I want to be a 4-time predictions champ. Damian wants that belt. Let's go. Tiff has definitely improved. She's come a long way. And she's got a lot of intangibles that make her valuable. Remember that Roman also said no to Sami Zayn at first. 100%. Right? It's the pattern. Just because, he said no to Seth. Well, he said no to Cody. He said no to this guy. He didn't say no to Punk, though. Like, I don't know. I don't buy it. Like I said, as of right now, unless they do an angle where Seth can't do it, I can't imagine it won't be Seth. Gotta love intangibles. You got me, my guy. I'm a New York Giants fan. Ooh, Christian, I'm sorry to hear that. Happy Daniel Jones got released. Yeah, a lot of people are pretty happy about that. We'll see how it goes. Who do you think takes the AEW World Championship off Moxley? It's a tough one because I think he's going to have it for a hot minute. Could it be someone like Kenny Omega? Is it going to be Kenny that saves the day? I don't know. That's a big deal. A lot of people think it's going to be Darby. It's not going to be the OC. Roman, it's a democracy now and not a dictatorship. So if you outvoted, you outvoted. That's how it goes. We're all on the same level, Chief. Diehard Vikings. Vance saying don't get that championship shined up just yet. Osprey's a good shout. But Osprey's nowhere near that right now. A lot of things are going to have to change for Will Ospreay. Right now, he's still messing with the Callis family. For him just to jump up, that'd be the perfect guy. I think Ospreay should already have the belt. But Ospreay fucking around in the mid-card. Commander fan here. Oh, Commanders. I thought you meant the wrestler for a second. I was like, there's a first. KO gets to choose when the WWE Championship match takes place. Exactly. That's why. So Cody said the ball is in your court for that reason. KO can do it at Survivor Series. KO can do it at Saturday Night Main Event. The rumors are Saturday Night Main Event. We'll wait and see. As we are still in a commercial break, if anybody was wondering. The Browns. Jericho will take the title because Jericho. You got to get that Ring of Honor title off him first, Frank, which is an absolute mess. An absolute mess. I can see Moxley holding onto that title till at least Revolution. I'm 100%. I do not see him losing the belt anytime soon. And I feel like the Bucks went away. Ibushi was healing up. Kenny's healing up. If Moxley carries that title into 2025 and they bring the whole crew back together as the baby faces, the EVPs to save AEW. That's what I think they're setting up. Sorry, Ospreay. Sorry, Ricochet. Sorry, anybody else. But I think that's what they're doing. They're going to bring the Elite all back together again. And they'll probably even pull Adam Page into it just to ruin what he's doing. Seth and Roman are like Charlotte and Becky. They know each other better than anyone. That's a good point, right? Long history. That's what's fun about the story right now is there's so much history. And like I said, in this chat alone, 3-4 different options. Could be this, could be that, could be the other thing. We're just watching it. And again, the speculation makes it a real fun time. The Undertaker. John Cena. Well, we're back from commercial. Tiffany is in control of Bailey right now. I think when Orton comes back, he turns on Cody. We've been waiting for that, I think, Keyshawn. I mean, at any time, you can't trust the Viper. Will the Viper turn around and blame Cody like KO did? This is all your fault. You made KO mad. KO beat me up. This is on you. Toronto won the... Did they really? I didn't know. When did it happen? I had no idea. Damien Heater, what's your ladies wrestling on Rampage tonight? Yeah, Damien. Oh, now Candice and Tiffy are fighting. We've already seen them setting up that rivalry, that storyline. It's Candice taking out Naomi. All I want for Christmas. Down, boy. Behave. Did you see Mandy Rose just got married, KJ and Big Nick? I had not seen that, Emo, but interesting. Congratulations. I believe she married a dude that tried to be a wrestler. Is originator of the mystery team member at Survivor Series. Taker. Keep dreaming. Not likely. Ryan May versus Harley Cameron. Nyla Rose. Okay. Fair enough. Can't wait. I'm assuming you don't want the don't want the Canadian Football League. I think you meant watch, and I don't pay attention to the Canadian Football League. Cha-ching. John Cena will be the 5th member. He has history with Solo. Nemesis has an argument. Again, lots of speculation as Nia pulls Naomi off the apron in front of the refs. So ding, 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 it's over. How many people picked nobody? 26% of you were right. 26% of you voted correctly. Speaking of voting correctly.
Well, speaking of nobody, but yes, 100%. Of course, I show up. Now we've got EO Sky running down.
You need to hiccup for about 3 Mississippi.
1 Mississippi, 2 Alabama, 3 South Carolina.
Oh, grabs the foot, throws the foot into Candice. Uppercut. Nia squashes her.
I've got Nia tossing her outside of the ring.
And outside the ring, onto the apron, holds on. Big kick to the face. Io's amazing. Can we give her
100% of if you were to take Asuka, Kyrie, Io, is she the best out of the 3?
Oh, Liv's here. Yes. Yes, and a rumor is Dakota's going to get a big push. This is my brutality.
Well, and see, again, we thought that this match was going to end in a schmoz. This is going to be just set up the War Games.
And they have to. They got to do some shit. But remember, they're outnumbered because Jade and Naomi are gone. But Rhea's got a kendo stick. Raquel.
Allegedly. But yeah, you got some ground to cover.
You got Rhea with a stick. That helps.
What is Buddy Matthews in a bedroom? Rhea with a stick.
Dom, not Spanish. Damn, not Spanish. I said Dom. Spanish Rachel. Yeah, beating her ass. Let's go.
Yeah, Raquel out there just getting whooped. Again, I think Rhea has that Rip Hamilton effect of like she's got a better 3-point percentage when she's wearing the mask versus when she's not.
She's swinging away tonight, if nothing else.
Right.
Yeah, treating those heels like a piñata.
Oh, Shinkasa.
An unannounced match. Montez Ciampa, I'm in.
Spice meatball, just little aperitif that we didn't have advertised, but Montez Ford versus Tommaso Ciampa. How you doing?
Yeah, so we head back into commercial break, folks. Yeah, I mean, again, an unadvertised match, but I'm in. I like this matchup.
Oh, 100% of now it's You've got a guy who's been teasing heel versus a guy who's been teasing heel. Of like, who do they not like more, their opponent or their partner?
Right. Yeah, and that's a great question, right? Now, did you find it funny that the Street Profits show up all black tonight?
No, because I feel like, well, there's been the whole discussion and everything about like the Montez Ford being unhappy, about the Street Profits being unhappy. They very much vocalized that. And again, I very much have, especially because it's coming from WWE, that's been more planned and more that's kayfabe, that's more strategic than genuine a little bit. That's more them working an angle versus them voicing a true opinion and everything. So I'm fine with them showing up. I think that we could see more of a heel Street Profits coming forward here, especially because Motor City's of going to be your clear-cut babyface tag team champion. So
yeah, line up the heels, one step at a time. Bailey joining the War Games now, not officially yet. It is possible, but not yet.
Right.
I need a backstage segment with Io and Bailey, and I can't just have these two forgive each other. There is some standing heat with those two, similar to can you trust each other? Can you get along?
I mean, Damage Control, Dialine, and still, let's be honest, that segment's going to come with some subtitles, and how many people are going to actually want to read them subtitles?
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, good question. But Montez better whoop Ciampa's miniature ass. Don't sleep on Ciampa. Let's go.
He still had one of the best heel runs in NXT history. When he was coming out there with the "No one can survive," and even then, before that, where he was coming out with just no music, like Tommaso Ciampa is one of like the pillars of heels when it comes to NXT. I feel.
Right. Why does AEW still use Punk and Jade's pick for their show ad? I didn't know they were. Are they?
I wouldn't put it past them. I will not confirm nor deny, but I can just try and explain why they'll put asses in seats.
Right. Rhea's the worst baby face. Show your work. Why? 10,000 people in the building.
If anyone else would have put that comment, I feel like we might have taken it under some modicum of credibility and everything like that. But with you, my guy, not so much. Not so much.
I was talking to the gentleman real quick. Just listen, show your work. Why do you think that? But 10,000 people in the building went extremely insane when she came out. And I think you're in the minority. So you might have a tough battle.
You can like both things. Like, that's the thing, is you can like both things.
Can they coexist? Exactly, MDB.
So
Wheatley
it's amazing that they could find three people to all look so close to each other and all sit so close to each other.
I think they were
from promote Wheatley vodka. I thought they were triplets.
Right. Here comes Montez Ford. 65% of the chat are taking Montez. Montez, you got that one 3 times. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, I know. I like playing the game. Sadly, yes.
Right.
We don't know yet. Vance, what did Vance ask? No, but we don't even know
this match. Sorry.
Oh, I'm just saying we don't even know if Jade is officially out yet. Or did we?
Yeah, well, again, I still feel like batting practice was involved. So, I mean, unless we're going to have double Phantom of the Operas, I don't know. Who you got for this match? Do you got Ciampa or do you got Ford? I'm taking Montez.
I was going to take Montez. I will take Ciampa just because you took Montez.
Is that because he has a beard like yours, and because you couldn't take KJ or you couldn't take KO because he wasn't in an actual match?
I was mad at when Ciampa started dying his. It was like he betrayed me.
Right, but Montez has that energy that he could be like U.S. champ. That he could be. He had the match to where he was a challenger for the world title and everything. Like he's on the cusp of some shit, but I don't know if they're ever going to touch that shit. Pause.
He's just coming out as angry Ciampa. I like this.
Juxtaposition with their fucking Dairy Queen entrance.
Right. I agree with you, Kyle. Absolutely.
They come out DIY, but they're more DQY and everything like that. They more how's the soft serve taste? Do you want a dip? Do you want a chair? To me, this is bland as fuck. We've talked about this before. Of Ciampa might be a bit of a heel and everything like that, but the whole entrance, the whole music,
but he hasn't changed yet. So if he does fully change, all of that goes away. But because he hasn't gone all the way, he still comes out with his old bullshit. You can't just change it.
I'm just saying the bullshit is bullshit, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, that goes without saying. Like even MDB right away, like me and him were both, we are. It's horrible. It's horrible shit.
Yeah.
So when they change it up, we're all gonna cheer.
No one can survive.
No, it doesn't. Maybe a little, but I don't think so.
No.
This is truly a toss-up, so I'm guessing DQ. I'm with you, MDB. I mean, this is a hard one to call.
The only you do a DQ of both other partners get involved, and then that splits it up, and then you get a schmoz if you get a match out of that. But yeah,
I don't think they're going to do that because we just had a schmoz in the last match.
Well, yeah, we could have the schmoz thing, but fair enough.
Hello, Nathan. Chomping the homeless beard back. Wait a minute.
Listen, you cannot judge as two bearded men. You can't judge a man by his beard and everything. Just because we're not hashtag sponsored by Manscaped and everything like that doesn't mean that you're gonna sit there and he needs the homeless beard back. Like, no, man's got it fitted. The man's styling and profiling out there.
Mm-hmm. Ford getting tossed out of the ring. I tried to get the music over. Yeah, it was worth a swing, my guy. It was an absolute swing. But yeah, I mean, again, it's just so such a juxtaposition. As far as he's walking out all fucking miserable in a leather jacket, and we are. But in time.
That's like swinging for a home run on an intentional walk. Like, motherfucker, you should have just taken the ball and just moved along.
Right. Who do
Boston, do you really, though? Do you really?
Who do you guys think has got the biggest pop of the show tonight so far? Oh, that's an interesting question. LA got a huge pop for his entrance. Rhea got a huge pop tonight.
Yeah. I would contest Roman. I still think, again, that's Roman is still in that new echelon of that's a star. That's a star. You can try and guess the constellation, but that's a fucking star.
Right. Do you think this might lead to 3 tag team championship match? MCMG versus DIY versus Profits. It could. I mean, I think there's a little too many triple threats, but they could.
They've done that recently, and so it's one of those to me. If you're gonna do it, you add a step. If you do a ladder match, maybe,
yeah. Let's grow a beard. Instead of Movember, we're gonna do February. And everyone in the channel has to grow a beard.
We're gonna start our own charity because we're not gonna do Movember because no one wants to see us with mustaches.
I can never participate because I don't want to start from scratch.
No, well, that's 100% A, same way, and B, I don't want to look like my father of looking like I'll pull you over for selling drugs while I probably smoke drugs. So, yeah.
I have a bird living in here. I can't do that.
I have a whole family of 7 living in here. I
Oh.
can't service an eviction notice that easily.
Mm-hmm.
He just got the cuckoo clock coming out and everything.
Right. But ladies and gentlemen, we are about 20 minutes away from the end of the show. We are sticking around for Rampage. The show has been cooking tonight, been fun. I hope everyone out there is enjoying the chat. Again, we are super close to our next milestone of 6K, just a few away. So be a friend, tell a friend, help us out. And of course, tomorrow, full gear, 6:30 p.m., 6:45 for Bloodsport 12, Nick. Bloodsport 12.
I feel like we were here for Bloodsport 1, and now we're out here at Bloodsport 12. And
right, but lots going on here at the channel. We appreciate 100 people strong. Click those little reaction buttons. It helps our algorithm. And yeah, we got more to come, but great. Now half of the match will be during a commercial. Listen, we don't like the commercials, but it is what it is.
It's a necessary evil, unfortunately.
Right.
We have to pay the advertisement overlords.
Right. What's up, Brandon? You're not wrong. Somebody said Misfit, I think, is I'm tired of these triple threats. Triple H likes triple threats. Ironic.
Who would have thought?
Right? It's crazy. There's too many.
It's kind of like how Tony Khan likes straw man promos and everything like that, because he just heard straw and just got excited.
Right. As Montez, Ciampa both down coming out of the break.
Right.
I have a beard.
What is this? I am Spartacus. I have a beard. I have a beard.
I didn't do fucking shit.
What is me after every stream? I didn't do fucking shit.
Up goes Ciampa, down goes Ciampa. And Montez flips up with an attitude.
Montez Ford has, like, challenger for mid-card sympathetic babyface to a world title written all over him. But again, I worry with how everyone wants so many people pushed towards the top. You can only push so many people at so many times. So what happens when the guy you were backing doesn't fit then and everything? Like, if you have to wait on it and everything, like, Christ, of Cody had to wait 2 years to become world champion and everything like that.
Right. Well, I mean, again, patience. They've taught us patience, and they're going to do things at their pace.
Yeah, because I'm sure that's what the IWC really fucking has. Trust me. Twitter's a great example of that.
No matter, Triple H was the one that gave the infamous speech of, you're going to go home and tweet about it. Yeah. That doesn't matter how much people tweet about it. They're still going to sell out WrestleMania. They're still going to sell out next year's SummerSlam. They know that people can bitch. Oh, they didn't do what I thought they were going to do. And what? And when we do what we thought we were going to do 6 months ago, you're going to fucking cheer. You're going to high five. Some of you are going to cry a little. So I know you're mad today, but we'll see you next week.
Right. Oh, big knee from Ciampa.
The crowd was chanting, let's go Montez. But yes.
Whoa, oh, no. Counters the pedigree. Oh, small. Just teabag pin. Wins on a teabag.
I'm okay with that finish. I know people hate roll-ups. It was a good finish.
That wasn't even exactly a roll. Like I said, that was just
teabag.
My nuts.
It was more like the Arabian goggles, but that's a different story. Montez for the win.
Hold on. Who the fuck has ever called it that? And I want to know the lineage.
Oh, Dawkins. Throwing hands.
Well, this is what we talked about. Could this become a schmoz of team on team and thus set up, a tag team match? Play a holla, holla, holla as Johnny Gargano is showing up here.
Ooh. Ciampa jumping.
Yeah, but Gargano's like, I don't want to hurt you. I'm just trying to help everybody. I don't want to hurt you.
Ciampa lays out Johnny.
Ciampa lays out Johnny. Tension between the two.
No, Johnny's going to kick him. Oh, down goes Johnny. Down goes Johnny. Sabin and Shelley. Ciampa rolling out.
Are we
Let's
going
go,
to get
let's
a
go.
triple threat of Ciampa and the Street Profits versus MCMG and Gargano? Because if we do get that, they're done. That solidifies to me that's heels versus baby faces. So that to me, DIY is done, and now we're getting that mini feud again.
Yeah, well, he definitely like the arrival of MCMG has rubbed Ciampa the wrong way. He's tired of Johnny being nicey nice, and Johnny goes down. Johnny goes down.
Who's wearing the baggier attire, Dawkins or Nakamura? Because both are kind of halfway looking of like, does mother know thou wearest thou drapes? Like they're wearing the blackout curtains that they just ripped off of a fucking fraternity right now.
Yeah, that's not quite the full heel turn, Damien, and it's the tease of the like he hasn't gone full out FU yet. He's kind of warning him. If you're going to continue to mess around, you may have to find out next Friday.
Cody Rhodes versus Carmelo Hayes. I know we talked about wanting to see the mid card, but I didn't expect him to be there.
Oh, we got a mystery opponent
and a mystery opponent. Lyra.
Jade has been pulled from the matchup.
I'm calling Lyra.
Bird Lady.
Kaka.
Put Lash in there.
Oh, don't do tempt me.
Jade has been pulled, so it's official, folks. Next week, Jade will not be in the match, and a mystery person will be filling that spot.
Trust me, if Lash is in that match, that might not be the only. Jada might be the only thing not pulled and everything.
As here come the Bloodline.
Oh, as we're under the last 15 minutes of Solo Sikoa demands Roman Reigns accepts his terms of surrender. So this is where we're gonna get all shit kicks off. Do we get a wise man? Do we get a Seth? Do we get something?
I think we're gonna get Seth, if I'm guessing.
He's the likelier of the two options. Like Seth is to me the foregone conclusion. The Heyman, you could almost do Heyman after this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Especially because we don't know where Heyman falls in this. What if there's a Heyman turn in this mix somewhere?
Yeah, to me, the biggest thing of why I would want Heyman here with all of this is just A, I love me some Heyman, is B, he's the one that pulls all the strings together.
Right.
We've said that for the longest time of he's the ultimate puppet master. He's the one that pulls everybody together. And he's the coach of you blitz all night. That's Heyman.
Yeah, and again, now that Roman's an over babyface, that is not Paul's forte. Paul generally represents the heel. And when the heel goes babyface, a real big solid line of demarcation is Paul going away from you.
But he got his ass kicked by the side. Like, I always hate that of in any storyline with any person of like, I'm gonna let you beat the shit out of me before I go and be friends with you. I'm like, no, like this ain't a gang. You don't need to jump me in. Like, what are we doing? We're adults.
But Paul's the type of guy that would sell it on, you know what? It was my fault that they put me through the table. It was my tribal chief showing me. Like, Paul's a fucking genius. Like, you never backed him into
a human being that can spin it. That's the man that can spin it.
Oh, man, he's a used car salesman 100% through.
Paul Heyman is a Harlem Globetrotter of pro wrestling. That man can pull off the fucking spins, the fucking tricks 100%. Of he can make you think that he's going to pass it when he turns around and throws it behind his back and alley-oops it. Like, the man's an and-one player. He skipped to my Lou out there of just, all of a sudden, I just throw it in between my shirt, and all of a sudden, I'm going that way with it. Yeah.
Oh, shit, we've got TV. Never bet against TBD. My rule of thumb. Bird Lady, Zarya. What if nobody give Jordan Grace the shot? Give Jordan Grace
contract.
They have a working relationship.
That's
Hey,
your workaround. Oh, it was a work. We were on a break.
if you call TNA and said, "Hey, can you lend us Jordy for Friday?"
No,
Why couldn't
because
you
she's
do that?
gonna win the match. Like,
No, she wouldn't.
Jordan Grace in that match doesn't win that.
They
You
wouldn't give
throw
her the
her
match.
in there. You
She's-
introduce her into WWE, and she doesn't win.
She wouldn't, because she cannot even be a part of the finish, right? Again, if you don't pin her, you're good, but you don't. If just because she shows up doesn't mean she, especially being the new girl, not in the company yet, she's not winning. But it would be a
We
nice
had
one.
DFAB do the JOB.
didn't.
We had Blair Davenport do the JOB. You think they introduced Jordan Grace and she's not even involved in the finish?
Yeah, because you don't want to pin her and she doesn't get the pin. She didn't
So
win
then
the
don't
Rumble.
involve her in the match.
It would just be a nice moment for her.
Yes, it would.
She's not even officially in the company. Why not do it?
Anthony, you go to hell.
Why would you? Oh,
Nick screaming contract for Jordan, but screaming buyouts for months. When was I saying this?
no, again, just a nice little
Yankee
spot.
mentality.
I like it. She's getting closer to actually being in the company. But it'll be interesting who that TBD is. Maybe they put Bailey in
He
there.
faces the winner of this tournament.
Who?
Whoever wins this tournament, Jordan Grace faces the winner of this tournament.
Yeah, and I think she's gonna go to NXT first. I think she's built up that whole kind of connection. And here he comes, Roman Reigns. I like it.
OGC.
Yeah, like a soft launch. Yeah, I'm with you. Exactly, MDB. Like the Rumble was. It's the teaser of stay tuned, folks. This is coming soon. But again,
you know how you sell a soft launch? You do another soft launch. And how you sell the second soft launch? You do a third soft launch.
I would think it would be no problem to have her in there and just to actually, you got a really good point, Kyle. I think she could be in the Iron Survivor.
Ooh.
Look at this. It's so good, dude. It's just, again, I hate to say this out loud, but you will watch a show like this and these four guys walk out and they're jacked, except Sammy. And they look good and they're uniform and there's pyro and the crowd's on their feet. It's just a different level than anything else being presented to us right now in wrestling. It makes sense, it fits, and it looks fucking good.
Let's be honest. When you show wrestling to your non-wrestling friends, this is the shit you show them. You don't show them all the other shit and everything like that. You sure as shit don't show them AW with fucking AJ the Boom and QT Marshall. None of that shit. You show them this. And I'm still waiting for like Heyman to show up of like on your left, Roman. Of this is, Thanos Endgame. This is MCU, TCU, Tribal Cinematic Universe shit.
Okay. That's all. 4-man in.
Now, could you see anybody
Seth
on Roman's side
turning?
That turns?
No. Nobody in any of these groups are turning prior to Survivor Series.
Oh, no, yeah, not prior, but during.
Nah, I don't think so. We got nothing but Bloodline in the ring right now. Only 4 for the OGs. They are outnumbered, but we're going to get Burn It Down any second now.
Right?
I'm not here to fight you.
I still love you.
The crowd is echoing. I still love you.
I love all 4 of you still. This is some of the best solo shit. I never stop loving you. Now,
Solo's been great. Solo has been fucking beautiful.
Is he the best on the mic out of the Usos?
No. Jimmy and Jay are great on the mic, especially Jimmy. We just don't get it.
Jimmy's the strongest.
Jimmy's great on the mic.
That's not a bad shout. I think Jay's hard because every time he cuts a promo, he's winded like a motherfucker.
Yeah, like go do a lap around your house. Come back.
Inhaler. Where's my inhaler? All right.
Jimmy is dog on the mic. Nah, is a dog. I think it was like dog shit. No, he's good. He's underrated because he doesn't do it a lot. As the bloodline turns, 100%.
He's never been in the prominent spot to highlight what he says. On
yeah,
the
but like his promos.
Hands the mic to Roman. OTC. 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 Oh, we want that wise man. Oh, we want that wise man.
I don't see it being Punk.
And gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman.
Holy shit! Let's go!
Wise man!
We got him! What has he got? Finally! And he's wearing black and red, and the crowd goes wild.
He's draped in a little red. The hair dye's been in there. I don't know who.
Listen to the crowd.
I feel like I need to be a little bit of Bobby the Brain Heenan, but whose side is he on?
The crowd, my guy. Look how good this is.
Oh, Heyman.
When was the last time like a manager got a pop like this? Let's go. Rocker pop.
Table. Gordon. There's no way.
Maybe my math is a little off. You need to hiccup just real quick. 4. Is it Punk? Is it Punk?
Is it? Could it be? Could it be? Could it be?
Not nothing.
There's only one person in this world that can make me speechless. That ain't my wife, and it's Paul Heyman.
There we go. That's crazy. Dude.
Going to be 5 on 5.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
Look in my eyes. What do you see? Holy shit.
Go.
No one. Again, we had brought it up. We had talked about it. We had thrown it by the wayside.
I said it all night that we weren't sure.
Yeah, and then we're going hands, batting down the hatches, folks. Paul Heyman is back. CM Punk is the 5th member of the fucking OG, Triple OG bloodline. And goddamn, does wrestling just kind of feel fucking right?
Doesn't it feel fun, folks? Enjoy it. No, it's rolling. Superman punch.
Boston, Superman.
Super kicks. Superman.
Double close line from Punk and Sammy. But this is what we talked about. This is what infuriates Seth you see, again, you side with the guy that wants nothing but power. And
Triple!
What is taken out? And we got Roman and folks, jot this down in time. Mark this moment in time because we'll come back to this at another date and time when CM Punk and Roman Reigns are looking at each other eye to eye.
Dude, this is crazy.
I honestly, I never thought Punk because I was like, this man's not going to survive a War Games. This man couldn't survive jumping into the crowd.
Damien, you totally called it. You're right, man. Listen to the crowd. Listen to the reaction. Star upon star. It's insane.
Yeah, but you even have Roman looking at him. What are you doing here? You ain't supposed to be here. What the fuck are you doing here?
The wise man.
Well, remember,
they planted those seeds.
This is awesome. And Heyman just He been out there tanning on the beaches.
Tanning the fuck out. He was on the islands of relevancy.
Exactly. He went from gray hair and pale as a ghost to tear more than fucking Trump at Mar-a-Lago. 100% of my guy.
Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, Paul Heyman's back. CM Punk is face-to-face with Roman, and I didn't believe it. I did not believe it.
I didn't believe it until we seen it, and I still don't believe it when we seen it. And still you got Haym out there of, I love you, my tribal chief. Very much of I love you, Solo Sikoa.
This isn't about me and you. This is about me and the wise man.
I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money.
Shield was the
we talked about this. I guessed about this do they fucking give you the pomp before they give you the circumstance and everything with the spoiler show? And goddamn, did they fucking let the chamber out of the box? Did they unload the chamber here?
Yeah, essentially that's your live go home moment, right?
That is your go home moment right now for everybody for Survivor Series. And I gotta watch Rampage after this.
Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, get in that chat. Give us your rating out of 10. How did you feel about SmackDown? What do you give the show? What did you like? What didn't you like? How do you feel about Punk coming out to help the Bloodline, the OG Bloodline, thanks to Paul Heyman, who's back? I still don't trust him, but I thought it was going to be Seth. Seth made a lot of sense. I kind of like this a lot. And the crowd went banana sandwich. Insanity in that building tonight. And this comment's my favorite.
I love pro wrestling. I'm buying a CM Punk shirt. Everyone, go back and watch through our catalog. Who I had to defend. I went to court with this man about CM Punk and everything like that. How the tides have turned, and I guess how the breasts have turned as we're getting Nyla Rose and Harley Cameron taking on Mina Shirakawa and Mariah May. So we're going from the best of us to the breast of us a little bit with this. But yeah, and I can see it to where Heyman ends up becoming like the voice for CM Punk of the Roman Reigns does not need me anymore, and now I will be the advocate for one Philip Seymour Brooks.
You're not wrong. And again, like I said when I thought it was going to be Seth and Bronson, it wasn't my first choice. Then when people said, well, it's going to be Punk, I'm like, there's really not a whole lot of thread connecting them other than Paul. But now that they did it, and it's a good example, folks, if you just because you don't get what you think you're going to get, doesn't mean it was bad. You can still kind of go with the flow. And in my case, dude, like that was such a fun moment. How can you really dislike it? Honestly.
Because it caught us so off guard, because that's the thing is we were still all the tea leaves, everything that they had set in place went that way. And they pulled the rug out from underneath us. And that doesn't exist that much now in wrestling. And again, we talked about this of now they're going to tape the next week's episode, the go home episode of SmackDown after this and everything. But I don't think there's a moment you can have unless you're going to have like a Seth Rollins CM Punk confrontation between that, or you get more Heyman. That's going to be bigger than what we just got. We were losing our minds already with just, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And then you follow that up with Punk coming out to be the Feds member.
Yeah. The minute they brought him back the way they did, I was like, it's not Seth, right? Like, it's going to be one of his guys. And I mean, again, when was the last time a manager or somebody that wasn't an active wrestler that got that kind of reaction? All he had to say was, ladies and gentlemen, the place came unglued. It is insane.
And again, that's halfway though. I felt like I had to do the Bobby Heenan, but whose side is he on? Because Heyman's out there. He's fully tan. He's fully well adjusted. He's been living well. He's been eating well. Clearly,
shit. He loves the Triple H era. I'm telling you that right now.
Well, and I think though, this is a lovely little three-headed monster of if you've got Triple H, and if you want to count HBK and NXT, and you've got Heyman, and you've got like Regals, you like the minds right now that you have that are all working interchangeably of like a collective fucking sphere when it comes to wrestling, when it comes to WWE, like that's a murderer's row. You're telling me you got Triple H, you got Heyman, you got Regal, you got Bobby Roode, you got all of them all working together creatively and everything like that. Meanwhile, the other side, you got Tony Khan,
you got
Tony Khan, and Tony Khan. So yeah,
Will Washington, Nick, come on now.
Oh fucking Christ! Well, we should throw our hats in this. We got a Twitter profile too, right? We haven't been on Fightful or anything like that, but we can. Where's SRS? He might be on the creative team come next week here.
Well, I mean, a lot of us think
Vince Russo's been petitioning like a motherfucker to do that, and that's a death nail if I've ever seen one.
Now, folks, if you were just tuning in right now, Mina and Mariah on Rampage are having a match with Harley and Nyla Rose, but we are still talking SmackDown. What did you feel? We are going to get to these ratings, we promise. But yes, there's lots going on. A crazy SmackDown tonight. And of course, the big moment everybody's talking about as Paul Heyman returns and brings with him CM Punk.
Can I just say this? And I know, again, super excited with wrestling and everything, or with SmackDown and everything. But what we've talked about with Rampage, with AW as a whole, we even talked about it a little bit last night with, and moments and everything. And we're using, Mina Shirakawa and Mariah May, and we know what we're doing with this. So we see you with what they're doing with this and everything. If they want to be that more adult product, then fucking go with it. Don't sit there and say this is where the best wrestle when you Huevos is one half of your women's division and everything. Like, be the edge. Go that way if you want to go that. Don't sell us on your work rate show.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, again, that's been part of the whole list of dilemmas, but it makes sense for Punk because he's a Heyman guy. He will do anything for Paul. And they did have that segment months ago with Paul and Punk.
Take me with you.
What?
No, it was just Heyman telling Punk of take me with you.
Right? Yeah, 100%. So CM Punk is a Paul Heyman guy. I love it. A lot of, again, not a whole lot. Shield. Now, this is a good comment because Shield was Punk's idea.
Yeah, well, and again, I really like that we all thought they were going to go one way
and they went another.
Thought maybe we were all kind of like, but what if? Like, what if they went this way? And
right?
Like, ruling out didn't make sense, but they went that way. And so they fucking booked the system with all of us.
Absolutely. But 9 out of 10 from Vance. Heyman with the Ric Flair look. Let's go. Crispy. War Games. 10 out of 10. SmackDown is on fire. 5 on 5 is official. 0 to 10. No Trish. Right. Stay consistent, my friend. I give it a 10. My favorite part of the show was Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens rocking the jacket and the tuxedo, and CM Punk and the OG Blood Avengers assembling segment. Great shit.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I love you all, but if you don't have what ended SmackDown as your best segment, I'm questioning you. Honestly, you need to. It's a little bit, like when you're going through TSA, if you need to just step into this alternate line and to make sure you don't have any sort of, additional paraphernalia, what have you, because that was a moment upon a moment with that.
Yeah.
You had Heyman followed by Punk coming out with that. Yeah.
No, absolutely. CM Punk is actually fine. Bronson is still kind of weird without Rollins a little bit. But Rollins didn't want to do it. And I guess, yeah, I mean, they'll sell us on that in some way, shape, or form. Rest in peace, AEW. Yeah, well, yeah, we're not worried about that. 7.5 out of 10. Not going to give the show a high grade just for the ending, as I think the rest of the show was a little average, but the ending was 10 out of 10. Yeah, I see what you're saying. 7.5 might be a little bit I see where you're going. Punk joining will piss off Seth. 10 out of 10. If Roman and Punk are cool, it's going to get under Seth's skin. Facts. 9
But
out
we
of
don't
10.
even know if they're cool because they were sitting there eyeing each other up too, and that's a big moment because we haven't seen that of Roman now at this point eyeing Punk down.
Yeah. Can they coexist? 9 out of 10. 12 out of 10. 9.25 out of 10. That was actually a great show. Really entertaining show. Went by really fast. Good pace. 8.5. I'm there. I'm with Willie. 8.5.
That's why with Boston saying I won't give it, beyond this because of the ending or whatever. I'm right there of like an 8.5 to me. Of I will at least bump it up on the ending. I get that up until that was pretty much an average SmackDown. So, but it does deserve a big bump for that because that was a holy shit fuck moment.
Yeah, it felt like I liked it a lot. I didn't think it was a very average SmackDown. I thought it was a solid. Like, I thought it was pretty strong as far as maybe the in-ring it was pretty average tonight. I'll give you that. But we got a Chelsea win. We got more teas about the Street Profits and DIY and MCMG. So I was cool with that shit. The Bloodline stuff, obviously carrying through the show, was great. I mean, overall, I thought it was a pretty good one. Maybe the in-ring was lacking a little tonight if you wanted to pick anything.
Well, yeah.
LA Escobar.
Well, it's more of not even exactly the in-ring. It might have been the build to the in-ring, but even then, I still think that when push comes to shove, when we're here next week, and I hope to be proven wrong, I think that this show will feel more like the go-home show than next week's show.
100%. 8 out of 10. Guys, there's going to be a third team involved in this. Nathan, highly unlikely, my guy. This is the damn near better than the Avengers, to be honest.
You get your Lances, you get your Hikaleos, you get your Bloodline 3.0s.
Right? No. The easy answer is no. Especially, I mean, again, if you were going to introduce a third team, if Rock wanted to show up with all the other Samoans after the match, fine. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think that something like that, I mean, we're a week away. We're not getting it.
Right.
I still don't trust Heyman. I don't trust him either. Don't trust him. And the black and red makes him look devilish.
Father James Mitchell.
a little bit without the touch.
Heyman pack his back, causing mass destruction. Guess
right,
the bad boys.
Makes sense. The OG Heyman guy is the fifth guy. Again, I mean, they sat and listed out all the people that said no. Again, you Paul Heyman does you a solid, hooks you up. So the fam's all back together and CM Punk hanging out with the Samoans.
Yeah, well, and no one would have thought CM Punk because you don't anticipate him being in a War Games match at this point in his time and career. And even then, like outside of the Heyman aspect, he has no connection to this. So that's where this gets interesting because he's there just because he's a Heyman guy.
Yeah, no, 100%. Heyman is in Heenan mode. I will say this on the record. Heyman's the best to ever do it. Like, he has surpassed all of them. Cornette, Heenan, you pick your favorite old managers. Paul Heyman is the best ever.
I'll pose this question, and this could be close, could be not close. Is Heyman Heenan closer than LeBron Jordan? Or well, no, because honestly, like Heenan to me is if I'm gonna pick a manager and it's not Heyman, it's Heenan. Like I respect Cornette. Even I listen to the podcast, all that, everything, Grandmaster, everything like that. But Heenan was the guy.
I think Cornette and Heenan are closer. I think it's a clear-cut Heyman win.
Oh no! Oh
yeah, I think
I think Heenan dummies Cornette.
No, they're neck and neck in my books. Neck and neck. But I think Heyman's got them all trumped.
Heenan might win on longevity and reinnovation. I'll give you that. Of Heenan
Maybe.
or Heyman, sorry. Of Heyman can be one of those guys of he was a guy in the 80s, a guy in the 90s. He built a whole promotion in the 2000s, became a commentator and fucking reinvented himself in the 2010s. And now in the 2020s, he's a whole nother level of he's a fucking chameleon with this shit.
SmackDown was a 9 out of 10 for me, and a late good evening wrestling for life. Z-Man, welcome. Bash agreed. There you go. 8 out of 10. I wasn't with the idea when it was floated out a few weeks ago, but after seeing they pulled it off, I wasn't with it tonight. Earlier tonight, I was like, I don't love it. And then they did it, and I was like, how do I hate on this? Well, what do I criticize about this? I didn't love the idea at all. I'm with you, AB.
I like that there's so many ways you spin out of this because you've got Punk involved. So does this spin towards Seth? You've got Punk involved. So where do we go with Roman and Punk and Heyman? I assume, spoiler alert for next week, that OG Bloodline's winning now and everything like that. So now where does this play into if we introduce Dwayne? Does he show up in the Moana, live action attire or not? There's so many. I love that they have kept us guessing with this.
Yeah, 100%. That's been the funnest part of all of it is not having clear answers. And again, even with the little things with Jade going through the windshield tonight, then there's a TBD. We don't have clear answers. Yes, we are getting anybody who's tuning in right now on Rampage. We are getting QT Marshall and AJ Boom Boom doing their way in.
This is why we are talking about anything, and I do mean anything besides what is happening on Rampage right now, because who the fuck cares about this?
Right? 9 or 9.5, 10, 9. Where do MVP versus Josh Burnett on Sunday? How do you feel about it, Nick?
I think it's fantastic. I think and it's interesting because a lot of people forget that MVP actually has legit jiu-jitsu background a little bit. Like he's competed out there with like Pancrase and everything. Like he's not, it's not a gimmick with him a little bit of being involved with the close quarters combats and everything. But yeah. Did you see that he sat there and put out that he intends to retire in AEW?
Who?
MVP.
Yes. Well, I mean, he went on publicly, has had plenty of not good. He burned that bridge, I think. As long as Trips is the guy in that company, I think he's going to outlast.
I think they all have, yeah.
Yeah. I was a Humperdinck guy. Hey, whatever you do, bro.
Whatever. At least you're not a pumpernickel guy.
There you go. Gary Hart. Nah, Jimmy Hart's up there, though. Top 4, top 5.
Heenan
took more bumps.
I don't think he makes my top 5.
Oh, Jimmy's a classic, though, and he had such a long career.
He's a Schindler and a shyster. He's a grifter more than a grifter. So he gets a few demarcations, I feel, a little bit with that.
Mark, man, he hooked his wagon to that Mania train and never got off.
No, he hooked his wagon to that Hogan train and never got off. Andrade versus Nakamura next week official.
Dude, what the fuck am I watching? I just went from 10 grown men making an entire arena fucking cheer.
Hey, for anyone out there that wonders why sometimes we say some negative things about AEW is because we go from Paul Heyman, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns in the fucking ring to AJ Boom, Chocolate fucking Doom, and everything. Costco guys versus QT Marshall for a fucking weigh-in on a 0 hour on a pre-show match. And it's the juxtaposition, and then people want to wonder why.
Oh, they're talking about the Rizzler. The Rizzler. Everyone's saying the Rizzler. What the fuck are we repeating the Rizzler?
We're pulling in the Rizzler.
The Rizzler got the biggest pop.
AJ is literally, if the situation just grew up and just became an adult, became a dad, like a real dad.
These weigh-ins never go well. 8 out of 10 from Keyshawn. Quality show. Yeah, it was very quality. It was solid. A lot of build, and a show close to your pay-per-view should have a lot of build.
I thought for half a second when you said these weigh-ins, I thought you said these rampages never go well, and I was
no, they don't either.
More, yeah.
O'Leary, welcome to the chat. The in-ring work was 100% O'Leary. It was very light in the ring tonight. I will say, like, when we talk about a 9 or a 10 out of 10, the in-ring work could have, but it all served a purpose. Tonight had a flow. Oh, they're using a fake digital 550 pounds. So we're making a mockery of the mockery of the mockery.
Yeah, well, this feels like Ring of Honor, but like less than Ring of Honor. Like, remember when they used AW Dark when that was a thing? This feels like AW Dark, except we're doing it on a Rampage. I care about this. MDB, explain why, please.
Now hit the kid. This is where the kid gets smacked in the head and told to shut the fuck up. What are we doing here? QT.
What in the fucking AJ Soprano is this kid, by the way?
Oh, down goes QT.
I'm born of I don't look Italian enough that I can't be in a TikTok or something like that I can't play generic stereotype number 7 or anything like that to fit into some shit like this. Right. I could have played the Rizzler. Why can't I be the Rizzler?
Right.
This is so fucking bad.
MVP's pulling Kenny Omega. Huh?
He has cookie tights. He's cookie crisp with this shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dope. So you got to give some love and welcome back, by the way, Sherry, maybe the best female manager of all time.
Deborah, Lita, Trish.
Yeah, but they were more like Lita wasn't a great manager. Trish was a manager for a hot minute.
Definition of
like greatest of all time.
Ballet.
Yeah, they were like greatest manager of all time. I don't think any of those names make the top 10.
Miss Elizabeth,
yeah, but she's a tricky one because she was that like pure valet.
She's my valet. I'd like to have Miss Elizabeth as my valet. I see you, KJ. You're making eyes out there for Elizabeth.
Yeah,
I see it.
The Rizzler versus -1. Oh, too bad Marco's stuck in
the zone.
Right? What the fuck am I watching? Get this child out of here. Yeah. Like if I ever spoke to an adult like that in front of my father, he would have knocked me over. Shut up, kid. What the fuck are you doing?
My father would have hit me before he hit me.
Yeah, I would have got whacked in the back of the head. What the fuck?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do I not look Italian enough to fit in?
Right. Take this show off, please. Well, folks, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Again, Pull Dust's ex-wife Marlena was a good show.
Yeah.
But again, I think
Terry Reynolds, PMS, Pretty Mean Sisters.
Right.
Charnel, she's Hall of Famer. the face.
As we're getting the Butcher versus the Juice.
We're gonna butcher this.
I'm gonna go get some juice.
Right, you're gonna juice it.
I want that purple stuff.
Well, does that make me the Sunny D, I guess, of this whole situation? But yes, KJ's taking a pause for the causes. I got Juice Robinson taking on the Butcher right now, folks. So let me know who you're taking in this match. And I swear to God, Juice Robinson's throw keeps getting bigger and bigger by the day. I'm waiting for him to be out there playing for the Florida Tropics and everything. But Kawam, what up? Damien, sign me up. No. Sensational Sherry. Yeah. Again, I think we'd rather be having a managerial conversation than I feel like at this point, anything that's going on with Rampage. Now, to me, especially if you're using Rampage, if there's no collision, there's none of that. This is the last go home for your pay-per-view on Saturday and everything. And I get technically the Rizzler segment, AJ versus, QT with the weigh-in and everything's building up for that. But I feel like you'd use more matches that build up into this pay-per-view, more shit that sets this up of a la Sunday Night Heat versus we're still kind of setting up stories that are going to be happening post pay-per-view. But I digress. Willie saying went from a hot crowd to almost complete silence. I feel like the crowd's halfway getting back up here with Juice Robinson. But yeah, I don't recall hearing any sound with, you know, chocolate chunk, double chunk, and all of that and everything. Scariest, but yeah, he's got a little bit of that attitude. I'll tell you what I want. Which, by the way, side note, as 70 some odd people watching us with us and everything. But yeah, side note of one of my favorite like mashup versions and everything is somebody mashed up Batista and Triple H with the "Give me what I want" with the Spice Girls, and it's perfect. Craig Miller, what up? Is Kenny this in the books for AEW? Clarification, sir. I don't know fully what you mean by that. If you're talking about Kenny's in creative control, I feel like hopefully he could pull off something better, especially when it comes to his return and everything. But yeah, clarification will do the world justice with this, as I'm in picture right now again. So I will remind everybody, as we're just on the precipice of 3 hours here live and everything like that, 100% be a friend, tell a friend, like, share, and subscribe. We are, again, muy pequeño, ever so close. We are within, I feel, all of 10 to 20 people here from reaching 6K and everything like that. And again, once we reach 6K, it moves to 7K, 8K, 9K, 10K. Trust me, I think me and KJ have pretty much agreed once we reach 10K, we're getting tattoos of the logo and everything like that. And I think he might have, I'm not going to speak for him, but I will speak for him. But I think he might have thrown it out there. He'll, you know, record and, you know, put on stream and everything like that of him getting a tattoo of the logo and everything. So 100% help us keep growing with that. But absolutely, we are back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow with AEW Full Gear. 100% we will be here live just as soon as 0 hours even kicking off, when they somehow still, for whatever reason, managed to kick off a half hour even before the pre-show. But we'll be here at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow for Full Gear, and we're rolling all the way through. Even we might be staying around through the press conference and everything like that, depending on what happens. And then we're back at it on Sunday as well for GCW Bloodsport 12. And the Bloodsport, you know, shows are always still interesting. Like, we always still love watching some GCW and everything. But the Bloodsports are the closest that reminds you to the old school, like, you know, fight pits, the old school UFC strongmans and everything like that. It's such a unique thing that it's really nice when it comes around, because it's not a constant thing and everything. But 100%, we are here all weekend long. We got you covered for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Christ, we're back at it all next week, building up to Survivor Series. 100%. So be a friend, tell a friend if you haven't done so already. As I see, like I said, 70 people came with us. Let's see if we can get back up to triple digits here. Is A.B. Johnson saying LFG. Yeah. Adam. Well, Adam. To be AEW is to be under constant attack. Well, what is Tony Khan? And Adam, if I can say this for half a minute, it's not that you are under constant attack to the extent of it's unwarranted, it's unprovoked, of sometimes it is provoked, it is warranted. And again, to me, and again, as a content creator, like, I just don't get the whole to abstain, to be above critique aspect. To me is a little bit mind-blowing. A bit of to play constantly of to be an AEW fan, you're constantly under attack. No, it's you would just have to be able to understand critique and criticism and roll with it. And that's not saying that any other companies without critique, without and everything, but the like constant virtue signaling, I guess, to an extent, with AW's fan base at sometimes is off-putting to an extent, because sometimes you have to admit when things are bad. Like, you can't, not everything is always good all the time. That doesn't happen. As I got a 2 count on a 2 count as Ref Aubrey out here. MDB, what did the protons say to the neutrons? Anna! Yeah. I was halfway gonna go with the whole, Arsenal versus Shawty Horror of, whoa, with Adam is Adam and Adam is Adam. They basically implied that Adam doesn't matter. That whole scheme and everything. But yeah, again, there is good within AEW, but to try and act like it is without fault, or that it, butcher with a 2 count, but that it abstains from criticism, to me is just ridiculous a little bit. A spade is a spade. If you want to get judged on the same platform, then you need to be held accountable on the same platform. Roll through with Juice for 1.5 count. Heyman is the bar living legend, walking 1 of 1. Honestly, at this point, I don't think I can fully agree with that. Like, disagree with that. Sorry, is what I meant to say. You can try and make a case of somebody, but I think even at this point, if you were to put Heyman versus a Paul Bearer or something like that, like when it comes to like a Paul Bearer, a Bobby the Brain Heenan and everything, Heyman's still a little bit of a step above. So yeah, I dig it. I get it. Is he here all week? Tony, is who are here all week? Maybe laughing. Craig, who took out Jay, remains to be seen. I think that'll be something that'll be answered more next week. Again, we're gonna have, it's the second tapings and everything. So again, already, I'm sure half of you are still tuned into Twitter and everything like that. Looking at you, Damien, of no spoiler zones, all of that, no early tip-offs and everything like that when it comes to us watching the go home show next week. When it comes to SmackDown, spoiler-free zone. But I think they did the best job, and they did the right call of, they gave the biggest surprises away now. And again, that's not saying that they might have something bigger and better, but they did a hell of a job of in what they did with this week, and to avoid it not sitting there on spoilers. Like, imagine if 3 count as Juice picks up the win on the Butcher, but imagine if we would have sat there with a week of spoilers, with Heyman coming out with Punk as the 5th member. I wouldn't have liked it. I don't like it. Yeah. I like that was the surprise, that was the big moment, that's the thing we're still talking about over a half hour, almost halfway through Rampage and everything. Hey, Thunder Rosa. But it'll be interesting if maybe the Jade storyline with the TBD, with the qualifying match and everything next week, if that's maybe more they follow up on that. So yeah. That's a long way to get to a short answer. But yeah. Speaking of a short answer, again, I've got Thunder Rosa backstage right now. This man setting himself up to be called a short answer, and I didn't even mean to do that.
Sometimes you just got to get to the point, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's hologram.
What?
Hey, hologram. This is the problem, Nick. Like, getting this the one after the other, going from SmackDown on that high note and transitioning to Rampage as we do every Friday. you see the difference in the maturity of the writing. Rampage has been pretty much silly since it started. It went from a cookie man and his kid to rock hard juice to hologram.
We're just having dessert right now. We had the cookie, now we had the juice, now we're having dessert out here and everything. But yeah, again, that we can have a $50 hologram costume and everything. It's just letting us know that, you know, it's Tony Khan cosplay. And again, how do you take the piss out of the guy that you're building up as kind of your mid-cardy cruiserweighty guy? Of you have a no-name, like a nothing women's jobber, wears a mask and everything. Like,
we haven't. The rumor is he got hurt, and we haven't seen him since the pay-per-view. I don't think.
Oh, for shame, hologram. We hardly missed you.
My heart pumps piss, as my dad used to say.
Whoa,
yeah,
Mama Cornette will not approve of that one.
He might. That was just pathetic. I'm too high for this. No shit. I mean, you have to be high for this, is the better way to say it. We're Stoner Jesus. May the blood be with all of you.
Well, no, this is a different type of high. This is powder donut high.
I don't worry. Rampage is going off the air anyway. Fair enough. That's why they put that.
And do we think it's actually getting canceled?
I don't know if canceled's the correct word, but I think part of the negotiating was like, all right, we'll give you money for Dynamite, but this Friday night thing's got to go away.
But yeah, you had a Sunday Night Heat and you fucked it up. Like that. Well, they fucked up all their extracurricular shows from Dark Elevation, Rampage, Collision, the next one on the chopping block. Yeah.
At least we got a Thunder Rosa sighting. Remember when Thunder Rosa was awesome and did cool shit? And now she's not allowed on Dynamite for some reason. Like, it's like grounding. Like, he punishes his, like, you did something bad, you go to Rampage for
you fight Punk, so you go stay over there. Remember when Jamie Hayter and Thunder Rosa were former women's world champions and shit like that, and they should be going back after their titles instead of just what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, like, what the fuck?
Exactly.
I'm not mad about Punk. WWE is so good at curveballs. I don't know how anybody out there, if you're a wrestling fan, a real wrestling fan, and you see kind of how that ended on SmackDown tonight, and you go, this is shit, Punk sucks, blah, 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 then you're just not the same. And that's okay. You can be miserable. But that is a fucking solid wrestling moment if you just act like you don't know the letters that put the show on. It's fucking great.
Well, spoiler alert for everyone, you can heed my words right now. This is how you celebrate or separate the innovators from the imitators, because sometimes you get caught with a curveball and you strike out on it, and when you're aiming to fucking go yard with it and everything like that, and you got nothing to do but sit there and nod at the pitcher and saying, you got me on that one and everything. And that to me is 100% with this of like, you got me catching, you got me swinging outside with this. If you got me hooked up,
got you going, fuck you, Joe Boo. I'll do it myself.
Right.
Thunder Rosa isn't money.
You can have it. You know what? You can have that one. I'm gonna do that one.
Oh yeah, leave me with that one. But absolutely, I'm hyped. There you go, Charles. Wonder why Nick is taking a pause for the cause, and apparently the button system is confusing him at the moment. There we go. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, right now I'm getting a package of Takeshita and Ricochet, I do believe, as they will be fighting at the pay-per-view. We appreciate everyone for spending part of your Friday with us. Don't forget, we're back tomorrow, full gear, 6:30 p.m. Bloodsport on Sunday, 6:45. We got more coming your way, more members-only content, more fun stuff, more original shows. The Wing Show will be back. If you haven't seen episode one or two for our Wing Show, go check it out in the playlist, the library. That has been nothing but fun. Wrestling Court will be back. We just had to wait for a hot case to pop up, and we're getting close. But lots going on. Yeah, 100%. He read that comment, was like, peace. People just pop back up out of nowhere in AEW and then make it seem like they were never away for no reason. Willie, listen, it's so confusing. And again, I think for me, what I really notice, especially on a Friday, is the lack of, like you said, there's no rhyme, there's no reason. I don't know why things are happening or why this dude all of a sudden we out of nowhere or we haven't seen them. They just show up and get in a fight with somebody. And a lot of times, like we just saw the Butcher. When was the last time the Butcher had a W? If someone's bored and wants to look that up, when was the last time the Butcher got a W on TV? I can't remember it. But at the end of the day, I think going from SmackDown and transitioning right into Rampage, it instantly kind of shows you the maturity level. And like I listed out earlier, the 4 segments were very immature. Then now we got a Dark Order versus conglomeration match. That's how stupid that name is. And we got silliness. We got Johnny Hungry. Like it's just, it doesn't feel pro. It does feel amateur. It does feel indie. You go from SmackDown where people are losing their minds to Rampage, written by someone who's losing their fair enough. No one is talking about Turning Point. It's going to be a banger show. Yes. Now, Turning Point should be a fun one, Damien. You're not wrong. And I get it. It's kind of tricky with these ones because these are like the secondary TNA shows that we get from TNA. It's on a Friday. We will be here live to cover it. And I think that becomes the dilemma. I mean, it's the same thing. Like nobody's talking about Ring of Honor coming up as well in a couple of weeks. I just want to see Turning Point. Nick Nemeth, Eddie Edwards, not a bad match. Should be a solid overall. Masha Jordan Grace is going to be a banger. That's, I think, Jordan Grace's goodbye match. 6-way, Joe Henry, PCO, Myers. Yeah, that'll be fun. Loser must wear a turkey suit. There you go. 6-way Thanksgiving turkey bowl match. Can't go wrong with that. Josh and Macklin, no DQ is going to be a banger and a half. And then the All-Star Showdown, Ace Austin, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy against the Rascals and Kushida. Yeah, dude. We'll be here live for that one. So, absolutely. I'm talking about Turning Point, and it's on my birthday. There you go, folks. So go make sure the night of Turning Point, we all give Anthony all the love. A big secret about Anthony, he's turning 55. He looks great for his age. Butcher is 0-16 this year in matches. A man the size of Butcher with the physical stature of Butcher is 0-16, and he's wrestled every little guy on the roster. It's insane. 5-31 in the last 2 years. That's insane. I'm just telling the truth, Boston. I mean, it's a secret. Don't tell anybody, but he's a very spry 55. I'm proud of him. I don't think I'm allowed to read that. Bro, every time I see Evil Uno, he looks bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah, he having the burger after burger matches. The Dark Order had an opportunity to be something cool. I understand what happened with Brody Lee, but the Dark Order ain't it. And the fact that they get booked as often as they do, what is their winning record in 2024? Back to you guys, whoever's bored out there. What is the record for the Dark Order on TV this year? It can't be much better than the Butchers. The Butcher defeats Barrett Brown in 55 seconds. Rampage number 36. Woo! Travis, what are we doing? Moose versus Laredo Kid should be... Well, Moose messing with that X division again, so that's interesting. They don't. I mean, they talk about the champion, and Tony recently said in an interview that the fucking Jarrah Hogan, the absolute biggest leech in all of wrestling, just, oh, well, he brings name value and he's definitely helping. It's just an assumption. Nobody told Tony that Jericho is going to help him get a deal. he just thought it. He just thinks it. Nobody said this is what we should do. Oh, well, Jericho, I believe, brings name value, but nobody is confirming it on his end. He still can't get a deal done. So it blows my mind. You got Jericho running around. I think you would be better off if you were showing anybody that ran any type of platform a video package of young, strong, up-and-coming talent that are having burners, and you just had a here's our sales pitch. Like, check out this action. Instead of Ishii, they didn't even run. They had a walk-off. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? I wish AEW never bothered with Ring of Honor. It's a catch-22, Tony. Because if AEW didn't fuck with Ring of Honor, then it was dead. Now, some people would argue that letting it die the way it died kept its aura and didn't besmirch, thank you, Regal, didn't besmirch the name of Ring of Honor by bringing it back. It's like when WWE brought ECW back and it just wasn't it. That's the same idea. And unfortunately, Tony came out in front of a live audience and promised. I loved Ring of Honor. I was a Ring of Honor fan in the trade taping days, but I'm going to do nothing with it. I'm going to just, make it an afterthought. I'm going to put this honored title belt on this guy just because he's my buddy, because he tells me I'm cool. And he's in a rock band, so he's cool. Like, it's fucking dumb. Stacey Dash and Angelo Bassett proves it. Interesting take. Why don't we have Jared Hogan, Jared Blow merch, etc.? Good question. I have to look into that possibility. But yeah, hashtag Jared Hogan would be the t-shirt I would go with. That's a good question, Nick. I got to work on that. But man, it's tough. I was such a diehard Ring of Honor fan, and I was pumped that it didn't die. But now I don't watch it, so does it matter if it died or not? If anyone's interested, we are back to the action. Rocky battling out of the corner gets a hot tag to Mark Briscoe, who's in a Rampage match against the Dark Order. When this guy could be headlining a pay-per-view, this guy could be headlining Dynamites. You could be using a guy that the crowd pops for, but he's not one of the in crowd. He's not one of the cool kids. So Mark Briscoe, have fun on Rampage. This is a guy that will sell tickets for you, and Tony just doesn't get it. Jan 10th, 2024 was the last for Dark Order on TV.
So speaking of a guy who doesn't get it, speaking of a guy who doesn't get it, I said it before. I should have said it. But yeah, even proving my point even further. But yeah, well, what you were talking about with Ring of Honor, and I had to, it caught me of it. Remember, you have Death Before Dishonor with Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. And motherfucker, did they choose Dishonor before death?
It'd be like being in a coma for like a decade, and somebody wakes you up just to tell you everything in life sucks. Nothing you loved is there anymore. You're like, just why did you leave me dead? What the fuck?
Please pull the plug. I was better in the coma. Yeah. I was better in the coma.
Why did you wake me if everything sucks? And that's what Ring of Honor is. You're right. You nailed it. Dishonor before death. Like, it's crazy.
Merch store, merch coming to the Wrestling for Life merch store coming soon. You can get your Jared Hogan shirts in all your blazing red and yellows and everything, or your white and reds for the Canadian flag and all that.
If we ever get like a cease and desist order from anybody ever, it would be Jericho.
Well, I haven't followed up fully on the video that I had seen, but it was somebody that had, when you have your cell phone and you throw it up and you're just like, I'm going to hit record because this person's about to say some dumb shit and everything. So we're looking at the ceiling, but you can hear somebody that sounds like Chris Jericho very much saying some not so nice things about Tony Khan, of how he'd be a guy who will get on his knees and he'll do whatever you want and everything as long as you have a name.
Is that out there?
I can send you the link and everything. It was from a hotel. It was from Jericho checking into a hotel.
He was on that.
And again, it's one of those videos of like, I'm gonna just throw my phone on the desk and hit record and it's gonna record the screen.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna record the ceiling, but I'm gonna record the conversation that's happening because you're saying some dumb shit right now. And we know Chris Jericho likes to get a little saucy and say some things and lose some bouts and everything. So
yeah. Well, he's had many issues of hotels, but dude,
yeah, he likes a bit of the bubbly a little bit.
Would it not be absolutely insane at the idea of a rift between Tony Khan and Chris Jericho? Could you imagine they had a falling out and now Chris is out there and has nowhere to go?
That's the end is nigh. Time to run away. The end is nigh because that's the walls are closing in. It's the same thing of I think that's why the Bucks get still the spot that they are. And there's some people that think Punk executed and planned his way out because he knew like these are the chosen few.
Dark Order is 3-6 in trios matches this year. Oh,
Briscoe flying over the top.
The one of the best booked men in all of AEW, Ishii on fire. Yo, what did you think of the walk around?
The walking brawl. I liked how you put it. We didn't have a storm out. We had a walkout because that's all they could do. That's they left at a gradual, brisk pace.
You have Mark Briscoe, right? Could use a pin. No. You have Rocky, who's been hanging around forever doing nothing. No. Who gets the pin?
Well, Ishii's got to get the pin because he's going to do the JOB to fucking Jericho.
Yeah.
Because everyone's clamoring for that. Again, I talked about this while you were on your pause and everything because someone mentioned about somebody mentioned it was Adam ATOM that brought up the Tony Khan line to where we're constantly under attack. AW is constantly having to fight off negative feedback and invaders and encroachers and all of that, but it's self-inflicted wounds. It's death by 1,000 cuts a little bit.
As I'm getting the November rain, dude. I can't believe the man's. It's one thing that he did it. It's funny that it was news. Tony Khan paid for November rain, no,
because Tony Khan, I'll give him credit of like he can do a video package every now and then, but he can only sell it because it's got a copyright infringement song before it here. Like that's really what it is. This man spent more in song royalties than he has in talent fees. I feel.
Right. They're gonna November rain us to death. He paid for it. He's using it.
I've got the fucking fees, so I'm gonna use it. Could you see? And I thought about this last night after we got done with Thursday and everything with our predictions and our previews. Could you see a heel Orange Cassidy sides with Moxley in the game? Because I feel Yuta's gonna be probably someone that turns babyface mid-match between Moxley and Cassidy because there's the connection.
Yeah.
And Yuta's still been on the fence. Could it be that he does that and then OC just sides with the devil?
Yeah, but will the crowd react to OC as a heel? It doesn't matter. Like it's even like somebody just made a comment in the chat saying like this might be one of the lowest drawing pay-per-views in their history. And is part of that because it's Orange Cassidy.
It goes one of two ways to me of either Orange Cassidy turns heel or he goes, like I've joked about, of you get the tail of two stings. You have Darby that hangs in the rafters, and then you have Orange Cassidy that's the babyface of he'll be the martyr of somebody going to get hurt real bad. I think when it comes to this, plastic bags and all that. Yeah, wake me up. When November lands. But OC that he just becomes the martyr. He gets the one that's crucified. He gets the one that's sprawled out, laid out, destroyed. Because he is the poster boy for AEW, for what AEW was.
Yeah, 100%. Thunder Rosa having an open challenge next week versus a new luchador on Rampage. Yeah, Harley Graham.
I was about to say a get open
Amazing.
challenge for what? As we're even getting, right now we're getting.
This is the whole this is long as shit, but it's the best part of the show. If they would have played this on repeat for an hour, I would have been a lot happier.
No, you know what would have been really cool is if I sat there and paid $50 to watch fucking Full Gear and everything, and this is how you kicked off the show, and you didn't have fucking AJ the Boom fucking Costco guy versus QT Marshall. This is how you kick off the pay-per-view, and you started to say like the tag match or something.
Yeah.
Like this is a great hype video. I just hate that we've seen it 3 times before the pay-per-view. So when we see that in the pay-per-view, it's not going to feel as effective.
I think this is like the first time I've actually watched it.
To
be honest,
I've seen this a couple times.
I was like, I think they did it on Wednesday, but I was talking.
It's like how WWE does video packages, but normally they'd be like,
the song.
It would have some really like alt metal song and everything.
But here's to me an example of where AEW is at mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love the song November Rain, but realistically, watching this package with November Rain playing, it doesn't fit. The visual and the audio don't match. Now, but Tony got it because it's November and the song has November in the title. Like, that's why he did it. It's not like this song really goes with what we're trying to present. It doesn't. It's a dramatic song about heartbreak. Like, what have we done? But for Tony, it's November. So here we go.
It works a little bit. I mean, what might work a little bit is someone told me long ago.
Right?
I know.
Right?
It's been coming for some time.
Like, I love the song, but it doesn't exactly fit the imagery. It doesn't. And if anyone thinks I'm just making this up, I mean, let me know. But it doesn't. The song, and it's a 7-minute song. It was one of the, I think it was the longest #1 ever. But it's insane. Like,
bro, this fits as your intro to your pay-per-view. Remember when we had Bad Blood and we had Triple H and Cody and Metro Boomin and we had the stakeout and everything?
Yeah.
This is that type of shit that fits in there. That should have been the first time we saw it versus we've seen this now 2-3 times.
Right?
That's my biggest issue with it is save it.
This video is like, again, it's a long song and it's dramatic, and it, like, to me, especially when you're selling us on Moxley, who's taken over have a little more energy to it. So it's just funny to me because Tony has a good idea, but it's always like the most rudimentary fucking thought process of like, November, let's do this.
Yeah. Hey, fuck you, because I'll do some November shit. So screw you.
Like, why not just?
I don't expect it to be like it's Moxley. So if you want to step up, you're going to get knocked down.
Is this really going the full 7?
Yes.
Like, are they doing the whole? This is the best part of Rampage.
Right.
We got 2 minutes to the end of the show. This has been on.
Oh no, this is gonna have some overrun. Because of this.
This is the best main event on Rampage in 2024.
I'm telling you, though, if they would have just saved this, and this was, if we would have got introduced to and now Full Gear, and we're getting the first time we're seeing them do a video package with November Rain, honestly, I feel like we would have sat there and said, hey, they stepped it up with their fucking production and everything. They really fucking are trying to put an effort towards this and everything. But now that we've seen it, now they're using it just as a trailer for Full Gear. Hey, they're like using it as a cold open, like how UFC will release Ron Perlman talking about the cold open for a UFC event the day before.
Yeah. It almost feels like they're making fun of them. Sometimes I wonder.
They're just in on the joke.
They're in on it. They're like, dude, I'm a billionaire. We can watch this. The people are gonna, we're just gonna sell them on like, watch this. Isn't it funny? It would hurt your feelings. Yeah. So that's the main event of Rampage tonight. Was a 7-minute November Rain video.
There's got to be a run over. I'm expecting a run over.
We're going off here. We're getting the trademark. It is the best main event of the year from Rampage. Was this 7-minute tribute to GNR.
Rampage Sunday Night Heat, 100%. You could have. They just should have aired this again.
It's almost like a homemade movie, like in the you take. It's something. It's just crazy. It just feels so amateurish.
I don't hate it because, like, let's be honest. If WWE did this, granted, they wouldn't air it as like the main event on a Friday on a SmackDown, but yeah, I don't think this would be bad.
When they pick a shitty song, I'm gonna call it out, and they had Def Rebel for way too long.
They still have Def Rebel.
Sort of, kind of, almost.
Maybe they felt like a fan at it. Hello, no, because it wasn't "Hello, my friend, we'll meet again."
That song would make more sense, I think. No, it's funny to me. Like, it's just, like I said, I love the song.
You just made me think of like Moxley choking out Private Party. Hello, my friend,
right? Like,
when I am with you,
dude, they're showing a clip,
free, and he just smashes his hand with a ball bean hammer.
They're showing a clip of a man with a bag over his head, and Axl Rose is singing, "Everybody needs somebody." Like, wait, what? What are we doing?
Right, but so they don't go super edgy with "I'm not a slave to a God." They go all like, like you mentioned about with Ring of Honor. They go WWE ECW of rebel, bitch, rebel, party. They go, "Are you motherfucker ready for the new?" They go into that, yeah.
But anyway, that 100%. But that is the end of Rampage.
I thought we were getting an overrun because that's how they advertise it, and it's just the countdown for Full Gear now.
The countdown to Full Gear. But ladies and gentlemen,
that
right
for 7 minutes.
Pretty much. They did give us a 7-minute video. You think I'm going to stick around for another hour to watch what you just put in that 7-minute video? You must be outside.
We're going to watch the director's cut.
Yeah,
for that 7-minute video.
But ladies and gentlemen, we are back tomorrow for Full Gear, 6:30 p.m. It's going to be a stacked night. It's going to be entertaining one way or the other. Remember, the wrestling might suck. We never do. And we will be back on Sunday as well for Bloodsport, 6:45 p.m. Crazy weekend ahead. Crazy week ahead. More to come. War Games is upon us. But a fun night overall. Great job by SmackDown. Rampage, best main event of the year.
Let's not forget that. Let's not have November Rain make us forget that we still got. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and we now have CM Punk as the 5th member of the OG Bloodline team, which we literally had in the graphics. We were out there talking about it for the pre-show. It makes all the sense in the world. If it's going to be the Shield line, it's going to be Seth. It's funny they think that it's going to be Punk or it's going to be, Brock or whatever. And then out there comes Punk.
Yeah, I foo-fooed, man. I like, hashtag foo-food. That one's for you, MDB. But no, that's it, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm shocked. I think it's amazing. It's 2024, and CM Punk's going to be in War Games, where he made his return all a year ago when we were here losing our mind.
A year later,
1 year later,
same show that he returned at, he's now going to be competing at. That's interesting. And yes, though, even though we might frou and poo AW at times, but they never failed to deliver on the pay-per-view at that. So 100%, our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about wrestling, you put that full life with it.
Click all the buttons, folks. Come back. We're going Full Gear tomorrow. See you on the flip side.